Are you a jerky jerk?
Oh, yeah! Dang it. Hey, let me get a piece.
No can do. This is my last piece of RJ's beef jerky.
RJ's Beef Jerky. Real jerky for real jerky jerks.
You owe me jerky.
Are you ready to live your best life but wonder how to combine beauty and wellness? At Arbonne, they believe in a holistic approach to beauty, health, and well-being. Everyone can flourish. They develop world-class products with botanicals rooted in cutting-edge science. Arbonne is the #1 global brand for healthy living inside and out. Embrace a healthier mind, stronger body, and more beautiful skin. Energize, radiate, shine, and thrive with clean products that are guaranteed to work. Arbonne offers a 90-day risk-free guarantee. If you're not happy or you feel like Arbonne isn't giving you the results, get your money back. Want to know how to get your skin, mind, and body back on track? Reach out to Heather Martinez, your authorized Arbonne independent consultant, at 606-344-0217. Call or text. She can save you hundreds with special deals and promotions. Again, Heather Martinez, 606-344-0217. Guys, summer's here. That yard you've had a break from all winter is ready for some maintenance. Those trees need trimmed, those branches need removed. That landscaping needs touched up or redone. Give our guys at Willie Gardens a call. Locally owned and operated, they've been helping and serving the community for over a decade. There's not a job too big or too small, from lawn care to maintenance to landscaping to tree and junk removal. Willie Gardens can handle all your outside needs. Give the folks at Willie Gardens a call for a free estimate to get your yard looking like $1,000,000. Want to see some of their work? Go check out their Facebook page. That's Willie Gardens, 606-344-8790. Looking for a realtor who won't stop until you're holding the keys to your dream home or celebrating the sale of your house? Heather Martinez, brokered by Sean Rogers Realty, is a go-getter with grit. She brings unmatched energy, relentless hustle, and a client-first always mindset to every transaction. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, she's not here just to show you homes. She's here to win for you. With fast response times, local market expertise, strategic negotiator, 100% committed to your goals. She doesn't believe in good enough. She believes in exceptional. Make your real estate journey smooth, exciting, and above all, successful. Heather Martinez, 606-344-0217. In a world where feelings are protected and men have traded big, beautiful beards for man purses and man buns, comes to you a podcast you always wanted and never knew you needed. A podcast where feelings are left at the door and conversations happen, unfiltered and no sugarcoating. What is going on, Facebook? Me and Jericho coming to you live from the studio. It is back. It's great to be back here.
Well, you say Facebook, but it's Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, everything.
Welcome from all platforms.
Yes, all platforms.
Into our living room. And it's great to be back here. Like I was saying last Friday, we attempted to go live. Now, the live was slow because we were
way back in the boonies.
We were in the sticks.
With very minimal internet service.
We were using their Wi-Fi, and it was slower.
Yes.
Than what my LTE is on my phone.
It really was.
It was pretty slow, and anyways, to kind of give you guys an update on that, our target was $1,800.
Yes.
The unofficial number that I heard that we raised that night was almost $5,000, guys. So we almost tripled.
That is phenomenal. He done Well, he should be able to get everything he needs now
Yeah, I mean,
with ease.
everything should be taken care of. A big shout out to RJ's Beef Jerky, who donated 3 boxes of beef jerky, and he is also our official beef jerky of the podcast, RJ's Beef Jerky. Another shout out to Jerry with Kentucky Life, who made us an awesome Xbox.
Yep. And that done phenomenal in the auction.
Right. I mean, it exceeded what Jericho and I thought it would do. Like, we 100% kind of felt like
We was going to lose money.
we were going to take a hit on that, but it exceeded, so we were very excited about that. Jerry also brought a Game Boy that ended up getting mailed to Dubai.
Dubai.
Yeah, the gentleman that bought it on Facebook on the live video.
Yeah, and he was messaging us and stuff.
Either he is from Dubai or just relocated to Texas. It's one of the two. But Dubai.
Wow.
It was pretty amazing. So a shout out for that. Another shout out to Austin Rice for donating haircuts, or donated the $100 haircut that raised $60, which was amazing. Did we have anybody else?
Just the little stuff that we had brought in.
Jericho brought in some awesome Winchester knives.
Well, them was actually donated to by a guy that we work with.
Well, then you should mention him.
Scotty Smith. He donated them knives, and they actually brought more than expected. We was thinking, $10. They sold for almost like $30-$35.
That's awesome, amazing. So yeah, the kid got about $5,000. I think that between our contacts with the no sugar coating, we were able to help with $800 or $900 of that.
Yeah.
Between the stuff that we had put out there, so that was amazing. That's all thanks to you guys and thanks to the people there. And so Braden will get his defibrillator. That's a done deal.
100%. He has his defibrillator. At least the money for it.
Another thing is we still haven't got. Nobody's picked up the giveaway.
She never, I was looking at that today.
Yeah,
because this is the first time we've been in here, and God, feels like forever.
It's been a week.
Yeah, it's been a week now, and we never go that long without coming in here. So, feels great to be back home.
That's that's the tagline. And we got company.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about our company.
So, this is Keith Green. He is a man of many talents.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah. So, we will pass it over to you and let you explain yourself, what all you do.
Introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm your neighbor, Keith Green.
You are my neighbor.
I'm literally your neighbor and your coworker over at the KCEOC Community Action Partnership, where we are working hard to give a hand up, not a handout. But just a little bit about myself. I grew up in Washington, D.C., Well, I lived a lot of my life in the Bay Area, California, so I'm a two-coast, West Coast, East Coast guy. But I've been living here over a decade, right here in Southeast Kentucky, and right here in Corbin, and it's been great. It's been great. I've got to travel all over the world, including Australia and Mexico and places like that. I'm a musician. I'm a father, husband. Probably the two most important things in my life, right?
Good catch.
Yeah. The music's the most important thing to me. Outside of my family, I love them so much. I would never sacrifice them. Artists, and I just like being a neighbor. Really, it's my favorite thing to do. You need help with something. Something's happening. You having a birthday party. You need somebody to come help the yard. Your car break down. You need somebody to pick you up. I mean, that's what I really love about community.
Right.
So I don't know a stranger, and that's who I try to be every day. Not a stranger. I try to be a neighbor.
Ronnie Bryce says, best drummer ever.
Oh.
Keith is amazing.
Appreciate you, Ronnie.
He's one of our top. You know Ronnie.
Yeah, I know Ronnie. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, he didn't bring us by any beef jerky tonight.
Right on.
But he's watching.
Okay.
Safe on the
road. Safe on the road.
No, since we've got tied up with Ronnie, he's been pretty committed to us.
Like, listen, Ronnie has added value to us, I feel like.
Yes, he has.
Like, he's one of those guys
Yeah.
that he's got a story, and it's a really good one. And it's got lots of, like, I could talk to him for 2 hours and feel like we haven't talked about nothing.
Wow.
Only because when he starts on something, I'm like, whoa, tell me more about that. Whoa, tell me more about that. So he never really gets the plane off the ground because I keep him right here with a question.
Yeah.
Every time.
Which works great for a podcast.
Zach said, check your TikTok live comments. Oh, let's see.
Oh no, Ronnie's other car is having trouble. Zach said to check the TikTok live comments. We didn't get Zach Williams on here. Now,
Yeah. Good afternoon.
you're a musician. So what do you play? Do you have anything you play?
My
particularly?
primary instrument is drums. That's what a lot of people know me as a drummer. My band, the Blue Crawdads, playing with them 10 years.
Uh-huh.
And we play blues and soul and roots music, right out of Southeast Kentucky. We got 5 albums, and that's the main gig. But I got a second main gig with the artist named Rachel Crow,
Okay.
and and I get to play with her. She's also a soul blues singer. We play all over. And I support them that. But it's like any other artist, I play bass, I play keys, you just learn instruments because you're in that world.
That's awesome. What'd you say the name of the band? Blue Crawfish?
The Blue Crawdads.
Crawdads.
Yeah, the Blue
And you
Crawdads.
said you have 5 albums.
Yeah.
Where
Well,
can-
EPs, 5 EPs. So.
Are they on Spotify,
Yeah,
Apple?
you can get them on. Yes.
Oh, what's an EP?
It's so like if an album's like 10, 12 songs, EP's like 5 songs, 7
okay.
songs. So it's
All right.
extended play. It's like just smaller projects.
So-
we have one album called Bluefield, and that was our first one. But then after that, we just put out smaller projects, some singles. We got a Christmas album, all blues, all original Christmas album.
Yeah.
It's called A Crawdad Christmas. You got to check my pride and joy of my music career. And I've been fortunate to play a lot of albums and stuff. Man, when we made that album,
Christmas album.
the Christmas album, all blues.
Listen, I love Christmas.
So where
here.
where can we find it?
A Crawdad Christmas is actually on CD Baby. You can go to our website, bluecrawdads.com, and you can find
What-
all different albums and stuff. Like that.
What?
What's a CD?
No. What is the deal with all the colors?
So Blue Crawdads actually are. Now I wouldn't say they're not native, but you can find them here in Southeast Kentucky. And our lead singer, Andy Messer, one day, as he was doing his thing, whatever, he found one in his backyard. And when he was thinking about the band, kind of blues, Blue Crawdad, it was just kind of
Yeah.
unique thing. Find them here in Eastern Kentucky. It made all these connections. So.
Well, just your last name being Green.
Yeah,
and then you're
gotcha.
throwing all these other colors out there.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's it.
man, he must eat Skittles.
I do taste the rainbow. I am from San Francisco, so. The Blue Crawdads. Andy had a venue in Barberville. It was called the Crawdad Club, which is kind of a playoff of something from the Rolling Stones. Mm-hmm. And so it's called a Crawdad Club. And when he saw the Blue Crawdad, and we formed a band, we all worked at Union College, which is Union Commonwealth University now. But when it was back when it was Union College, we all worked together, and we formed this band, and it just kind of worked,
The Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Bulldogs. There you go.
The Bulldogs.
Yeah,
Union
yeah,
College.
Yeah, it was a good time. My first job here in Kentucky, working for old Union College. So, and now,
And then you went to KCOC.
yeah, then I started working at KCEOC.
How long you been there?
10 years.
Loving it.
Yeah, I love KCOC.
Like the way you pitched it, sounded like you were really proud about what you do and you really enjoy it. Not a hand out, a hand up.
Yeah, not a hand out, a hand up. I worked a lot. I worked my whole life in corporate America. Working jobs for profits, which is I love. You know what I'm saying? I like money. I like everybody else. I'm a capitalist like anybody else. But when you know that like you're helping the people who need it the most day in and day out,
That's rewarding.
it's super rewarding.
It's better than money.
It's better than money.
You're right. Yeah.
It really is. The only
is
reason I'm still
rewarding.
there because I'm definitely not there for the money.
Right.
You know, we got a good work environment, and that's very helpful. You know, it helps you stay loyal because you know I know that I'm not working for crooks or nothing like that. I'm working for people who are trying to help other people, and I'm not making money like other people get to make money, but I get to change lives. And my job is I'm in the communications department, so I get to.
So you're actually speaking to these folks.
I'm the evangelist for our organization, and so that's what I do day in day out. I talk about all the wonderful things, people like Jericho and our weatherization department.
Don't blow up Jericho.
Oh,
dude.
no.
You don't need any help with that.
Listen. You got to think. I've seen the people with frostbite on their hand, and the kids, and they had like zero heat in their house. They got a can in the middle of the little heater thing in the middle of the house, trying to figure out how they're gonna get some propane so the baby can go to school that day.
Right.
And then they come in and make it whole and make it comfortable, beautiful. Because you could just slap some things on the wall and be like, hey, we helped you out. No, they put the state of the art and up to code and regulations so they won't get no fires and stuff. And now they got good heat. Their bills come down. They got money in their pocket. They can buy some extra pants or extra socks. I mean, that's all because of the work he does every day.
The damn door was too small before you started talking about it.
He should feel every bit of it.
And now we took over Richmond.
Yeah.
I gotta go up toward Winchester in the morning, 2 hours away.
Because of the program, the work you guys are doing is doing so well that it's your specific location is moving to other locations. Is that right?
We've took over
We took over another.
other companies. Yeah,
Let me tell you about KCEOC. And I try to tell people we're the pride of Southeast Kentucky. When we go, there's over 1,000 community action agencies throughout the country, right? All over. Every 99% of counties in America has a community action agency like ours. When we show up to the national conference, KCEOC, everyone knows who we are. We set the standard. We're the ones who got all the awards. Not we got all the awards, but we got the highest levels of certifications. All of our people have the highest levels of certifications, and people, our president, they all know him. They call him the Godfather of community action. So when it comes to helping other people, no one does it like KCEOC.
That's awesome.
no, and even in weatherization, I see like he gets to see the whole company as a whole,
Yeah.
and I just focus on weatherization. But even in weatherization, they say that about us. Like there's a lot of, I'm going to call them workers from other agencies that get mad at us and say that we go over the top and do this, do that. No, we don't go over the top. We do everything that's supposed to be done the right way the first time.
You know, really crazy. Something got said like that in church yesterday. The was Brother Bride. He was talking. He's like, he goes, if you had this person and you can just put thoughts in them, what would you start with? He'd say you'd want them to not to lie. You'd want them to be not to steal, not to do all. And he goes, you know what? That's baseline. But people think that that's going above and beyond. Like you said, well, tying it to what you said, you're like, oh, they're thinking that we're doing all these other stuff. No, you're doing it right, correctly. And when you're doing it correctly to those that are subpar, oh, you're over the top. Mm-hmm. No, you're doing bare minimum, really.
Yeah.
although it's better than what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
Well, they like he said, Paul Dole, our president.
Yeah, president CEO.
They call him the Godfather and stuff. Even my boss, the director.
There's something about those Paul characters.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
But even my boss, the director of weatherization, Michael Swafford, they pretty much call him the Godfather of weatherization. It's so funny.
Yeah. It's about not compromising.
Right.
It's when one of the things that I look at when it comes to our organization. So we're ran by an entrepreneurially minded individual, Paul, right? And then we have people who are like our vice president, Jennifer Smith, our chief development officer, Jesse Montgomery, some of the other people. They are very much compliance minded people. is like, he's like, hey, we can probably we can do this, we can do that. I think we can make that work. And they're like, nope, you got to check these regulations, this regulation here, that regulation there. He goes, okay. He doesn't go, hey, listen, I'm the one running this thing. We're going to do it the way I think we should do it. We can get by. They go, no. The regulations say you do it exactly like this, and that's how we're going to do it. And then he'll say, all right, let's go for it. So it's getting done properly with the good ethics. Mm-hmm. But then you got a person, like I said, entrepreneurial. He sees a problem. He doesn't go, oh, that's not, that's not something we don't do.
He's not going to pass it along.
We want to get it done. Let's go for it. I started a podcast with our organization. None of the community actions really had a podcast before I started doing it, and it wasn't I don't know how much time it's going to take. Blah blah blah. My boss pitched it to him. He's like, Keith knows he can figure it out. I think he can do it. He said, all right, let's go for it. That's how when they needed help for to do Madison County, it's not how many people gonna take? I mean, you gotta think of those things, but it's like people need help in Madison County. Can we get this done, Michael? Mike probably told him, yeah, we can get this done, Paul.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's up. Let's go.
Yep, no questions asked.
No questions asked. People need help. When the floods happened, and we sent a whole team of our people to go. It wasn't a community. There was never a comment. I didn't hear one comment. Well, what about the timesheets? What about people going to donate their time? We said, hey, we need people to go. We can't pay because it's against regulations. Pay your time, but we'll allow you to all go. We'll make sure a van takes us all there. Y'all want to go and help the floods in Laurel County? Let's go. And we had a dozen people who went and just took it their own time and made it happen. We went and worked all day long, and I got to see us take down 3 houses, 2.5 houses, and clean up all the stuff. And one of the people actually came back. He actually showed up to the site, and we were like there to talk to him, find out his story. And I was like, man, it was no hesitation for our organization to go out there and help this family clean up after that. I said floods, tornadoes.
Right.
Tornadoes, my bad.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the tornadoes. County. Yep, in Laurel County. So I'm so proud to be a part of KCOC. I can't contain myself sometimes.
That's awesome.
It is really good work. It gets frustrating at times. I will say that. It's human. If you don't get frustrated, you're trying to act like something you're not.
Yeah, 100%.
But I go every day. I do what I'm told. I do what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And then I go home and I leave work at work.
There you go. Right on. Yeah, compartmentalizing. Because I'm on. Being a part of the communications, right? I'm constantly online, and the comments I get from people about what we're doing, and as that actually, be honest with you, as much as content we put out, I don't get that much. I don't get that much negative. No, I really don't. Most people are very, very positive, but sometimes you do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get people saying negative things.
You can't please everybody.
No.
And
it's crazy. It's like, all right, I know we weren't able to do this at this time, but we did, do all these other things.
Right.
We are helping. I think
we are $8,000 invested.
So we weren't able to,
we weren't able to spend that other $600. But we are $8,000 invested.
But they, that's not how everybody sees it.
Right.
Or somebody get a rumor, and instead of a lot of people defend us, but then there's people who don't, and you got to navigate that. And that's just online. That's how the world works.
So when do you do your podcast?
Well, when I had the podcast, it's been a little while. It's been a couple years since I've done the podcast. I had it for like 3 years, and then I took time. But it was called a Hand Up podcast is what it was called, a Hand Up. And we just interviewed people who helped other people help themselves. Those were the stories we talked about. And a part of it was employers, who took somebody and they helped somebody become a manager, blah, 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 and help improve their job. Or maybe somebody who had something, they trained kids to do something. I even had a lady, me and her had actually several episodes where she was a census worker. Go out talk to people about the census.
Man, that's a tough job.
Yeah. because nobody wants to open the door.
Nobody wants to talk to those people.
Nobody, yeah. But it's like if you don't get to talk to your census worker, then you don't get to have representation in Congress and stuff like that. You're
Right.
messing up, So it's like convincing people to do that. But talking to tourism. I know you guys probably have to talk to tourism. Yeah, and that's that's super important, talking to tourism directors from all over.
Well, you
there.
said that you were thinking about opening that back up.
Yeah. I'm mandated to get it started again.
You're a pretty busy guy.
I'm a one-person department, so it's priorities. I actually owe Jericho and their department some videos and stuff. I do video editing and stuff. So
What?
What do you like?
oh yeah,
He came through, huh?
The hot and spicy.
Hot and spicy. All right, there you go.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Ronnie Bright.
Oh, my favorite. RJ's. Ooh, hot and spicy. Just like I like them.
Carry on.
I'm in the black pepper.
Yeah.
Just what Jessica wanted to see, a bunch of grown men chewing food on the podcast.
Well, hey, I seen the messages coming through. I'm like, crap, I got to go out there.
Yeah, you the man.
So,
Baby.
yeah, give him a shout out.
Yeah, that's right. I got to have some. They came to the chamber, Southern Chamber meeting, handed out a bunch of bags. It's like, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you advertise.
Listen, I can't say enough good things about Ronnie. I called him. We were coming back from that auction, and we had Jerry with us. I was like, "Hey, Ronnie, man, we're fixing to head to the hotel. You want to pop in?" He goes, "Yeah, man, I'll be there." It's like 10 o'clock at night. Here we are eating beef jerky, a Holiday Inn table, telling stories, laughing, cutting up, and finally I'm like, "Fellas, I got to go.
Okay.
I'm leaving."
We was having a good time.
It was a good time.
That's how you doing, man. That's one of the things I love about being here in Southeast Kentucky. California, gotta go.
But they don't wake up till 11 o'clock.
Nah, we up. Listen, if you gotta be at work at 8, you gotta leave the house at 5 in order to get to work at 8 because
Yeah.
of traffic.
Yeah.
So they're up, but you ain't got time to talk. Like if you're in the grocery store, you can't talk to somebody in line because we're all trying to get you to go, get out the line. Don't talk to the clerk. You come here, I go to Kroger. Me and her talk about recipes. I was in
Same way with Florida. We
Really?
were down there by Orlando. Everybody. It's like they're running where they're going.
yeah.
See,
Like they've even told me that when I was working at a auto body shop, and they're like, you can't have that Kentucky stroll through here.
give them a try.
He goes, you got to pick it up. Pick it up.
Man.
Because I'm one of those, I do have a stroll about me, I'm just kind of look at everything and I'm just kind of memorizing or thinking this and that. No, I probably not as bad as California, but I mean, it's the same. For instance, you get in these big towns and big cities, nobody cares who you are, where you're going, what you're doing. They don't even want to know you.
Yeah.
They have their own agenda, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
But it's fun because when you do meet these people, you're so refreshing to them.
Yeah.
They're like, man, you talk slow. So yeah, I took a class for that.
I don't know if I ever met anybody from Eastern Kentucky before I moved here.
Really? Well, how'd you come here?
Well, I met my wife's from here, and we met, and then she tried to get as far away from me. She went Knox Central, grew up in Barberville, and she tried to get away as far away as she could, and run into California, and that's what happened to her. And then after a while, we were married like 17 years, and we had kids, and it just was hard. Like then they couldn't play outside. I mean, they could play outside, but they couldn't like to go to the park, and it's, a little sketchy here. You were waiting in line a long time. Housing prices was crazy. We were struggling, just trying to make sure the mortgage get paid, working several jobs and stuff. And
Where is that in California?
in California, yeah, it was.
I went to California one time. It was down around Pasadena, L.A. and stuff.
Yeah.
Now Pasadena was beautiful.
Okay.
That little town.
Yeah.
L.A. I hated it.
Yeah.
We went to walk the Hollywood Strip and stuff.
Yeah.
That was disgusting.
Yeah.
I'll never go back there. But the very first restaurant we went to, I was wanting to actually go dine in somewhere and stuff.
Okay.
I was like, we gotta try at least one dine-in restaurant. Go in there, and it was one where the chef comes out and takes your order. That was new to me, I've never had a chef come out and take my order. So I tell them what I want. I think I got a sweet tea and a burger. I'm very plain. I gotta eat a burger everywhere I go, because they're all different.
Yeah.
But I placed my order, and he's like, "You care if I go put this?" I guess the sous chef or something.
Okay.
That's the chef.
Secondary chef.
Yeah, secondary chef. He said, "You care if I go give your order to the sous chef, and then I'll come back?" I'm like, "Sure, do whatever you want." I don't know why, but yeah, come on. Well, he did. He ran, put the order in, pulled a chair up, sat down. He's like, "Can I just talk to you a little bit?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's going on?" He said, "Nothing. I just like the way you talk." I said, "Well then, buddy, come on, let's talk."
Yeah. Right on. See, people could be. They could. I've a big part of California is the multiculturals, right? Like so many different cultures. I've been to Indian weddings, and I've been to Filipino funerals, and and everything in between. And it's kind of cool being able to see people where they are in their culture, but here in America,
Mm-hmm.
And it's like when you come here, even though a lot of people are, it's pretty homogenous, like people are kind of the same culture, but at the same time, families in Corbin is a lot different than maybe a family over in Gray or something, in his own little way, and I like seeing all those kind of things, seeing people being different.
I mean, that is true though. Like, I've referenced Rocko's a lot because I grew up there, but from Rocko's to Gray,
Yeah.
you can definitely tell a difference in people. And it ain't no small difference. It's actually, to me, what I've noticed is a pretty dramatic difference. Just, the way they carry themselves and their demeanor and their courtesy toward others and all this and that just that small distance here locally, you can tell a huge difference.
Yeah. Sometimes when people tell you like where they're from, like, "Oh, I'm from Bell County" or something like that, it's like, oh, you almost can see it a little bit, but I'm still new. I know I've been here a decade, but I'm still figuring it all out.
So you DJ too?
Yeah. I've always tried to be a problem solver when it comes to technology. I love technology. When I was a kid, I'd take apart cassette players and and find out how the CD player work and stuff like that. And
care to explain to the audience what a cassette player is?
Yeah. Okay, I'm looking up here like that's the camera.
You let your age out.
Yeah. See, there was this magic tape, and you stick it into the machine, and then the machine would eat the tape.
In a hard plastic box.
Yeah, in a hard plastic box with screws on the corners.
Right.
And you lose 3 of those screws, and that's the end of your tape.
I was telling somebody, and not to jump into the story, but I was telling somebody how we would used to put tape on the corner of those cassettes. That way we could tape like the top 10 countdown or the whatever. That way we could tape that music. And somebody's like, "I didn't even know you could do." What are you talking about? I was like, "What?
How did you not know that?
How did you not know that?"
You could do the same thing in VHS tapes too.
I didn't know that.
Oh man, that was like, my children don't have that same curiosity that I had, and I don't know. It may be just my personality, so I gotta keep that in mind. But like sometimes I try to glean that onto them. It's like, "Oh hey, you got this old Game Boy. Let's take it apart and see."
Aren't you curious how that works?
I'm like, no,
I've done that a bunch.
they have 0, 1, or like I've been trying to show my son how to hook like his different game systems up. Like, oh, this is how the HDMI works, and you can reroute it, do this. And
But this is all because of us. Our kids are not the way we are because of us.
Yeah.
We've babied them and all this. Like, I come home every day after work.
He's fixed to talk about Sean again.
Yes, I am. I definitely am. But I come home every day after work, and that's like the only chore I try to make him do is go feed chickens.
Okay.
You know, because my wife don't get off work till 4:30.
Yeah.
I get home about 4 o'clock every day, and I'm like, Sean, run and feed chickens right fast so your mom ain't got to.
Yeah.
He acts like it kills him to
Yeah.
have to walk down that little hill and just dump some feed into their cages. And then she's currently got like 3 running loose, just free ranging. He is terrified of them. Terrified.
Devil birds, man.
I stood there
Good ones, though.
at the kitchen sink looking through the window for like 10 minutes watching him this evening. Just, I could see his brain turning like, oh God, these chickens are about to run me down. And I open the window, I'm like, Sean, they're just chickens. Go feed.
Yeah. You know, we do. I think we do put a little bit of fear on them. It makes it a little hard. You know, it makes it hard because we kind of I insulate it. Like if you outside all the time and there's nothing to protect you, you just kind of got to deal with those fears. Fear of falling, fear of getting hit with a rock. You know, you dealt with the bugs a lot, so you dealt with bugs. Then dealing with a chicken ain't that much different than dealing with bugs. You know,
Yeah.
in terms of it being gross. But my kids, they inside all the time, so it's like, you want me to go, touch a chicken? You know, it got. Mom told me 50,000 times not to touch it. It was gonna make me germs or something. You know, and like, oh yeah,
See, it's hard to say whether we care too much or we don't care enough. You know what I mean? Like when you think about it, like we all used to go to my grandmother's when we were kids, and all my cousins would be at my grandmother's house. And my grandmother was old, you know, and we just ran wild. We just ran wild, and we learned from some of the older cousins.
Yeah.
You know, don't do this. You better not get out of line. You better not say that. Or, you know, you might get thumped or throw off this hill or beat with this branch or whatever. There's no way my wife would let my son get out of her eyesight for more than 5 minutes.
yeah,
She wouldn't do it.
yeah.
And I can tell you, we were hours out of eyesight of my grandmother.
Yeah. You said that, and that made me think of myself. I'm like, I think I'll let my kids out of my sight. And I do. I know I do for more than 5 minutes, but then when it goes about probably 10, 15 minutes and I don't see them, I'm like, all right, where they at? What's going on?
Yeah.
You know? And that's only if they're outside. If I know they're outside, you know, I'll check on them probably every 10, 15
Yeah.
minutes.
Yep. I was always trying to wonder where they're at. My question is now, what were the adults doing when we were outside? They would never answer the question, of course. They would never.
I'll tell you what mine was doing, sitting there drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes without a care in the world. That's exactly what was going on at my house. Like we would all of the, you know, town boys would gather up. We'd get on our bicycles, and we'd just go. We'd be gone for hours. As long as we was back before dark.
For his dog, man.
No one ever cared.
No, not a cell phone, not an iPad, no walkie-talkie.
We were on bicycles,
But the whole
miles from the house and everything.
But the whole town, see, my mama raised me, but the whole town knew my mama.
Yeah.
So if anybody in that town down there saw us doing anything, they would call her.
Yeah, true.
So she'd know before we even got home,
Yeah.
and we'd get whoopings or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, we'd just go on with our day afterward.
Michael Mason said 500 plus acres of cow land we got to explore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's... We got in a lot of mess there, too. We'd always got ran off of it.
You know, I don't get mad at my kids as much because I understand. I kind of understand them. Like when I had to do chores, I was like your son. I mean, I know I had to do them. It was the same chore I'm always had to do, but I'm always going to complain to myself, though. I never complain to my parents because you get thumped for that. But in my head, and then I would take all day to do like picking weeds. It should be like 5 minutes, but you know, taking all day, throwing them, trying to be basketball with the in the bucket, you know, whatever. And so when they kind of, oh, Dad, you let me go. I gotta, you know, dig this hole. I'm like, yeah, man, this is what we gotta do. and I don't fuss or anything like that because I do understand that part of them. And my kids are good. My kids are honest. They're way more honest than I was. I was trying to deceive my parents every moment I could to try to get out of whatever they were asking.
Times were different back then. Kim, is that your Kim? No, wait, I was thinking of Green. Kim Keith, who's that?
Someone that watches the show.
Somebody watching the show, Kim Keith. Times was different back then.
Yeah.
You're definitely right on that.
Oh yeah.
Well, and today, I keep forgetting times are different. I always wonder, I'm like, why are my kids so much more lazy than me?
Yeah.
Because I, for the most part, try to be hard on my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Not physically, more verbally. Try to fear on them. I try to put some sort of fear into them.
Got you.
But Sean, I'll bring him back up. He's cracking me up past couple of days. He's on this kick where like he sees
He is Braden's grandma.
Braden's grandma.
Yeah, so she can give us an update on how that went.
Yeah, she
Not
can.
not to interrupt you. I was
But-
just wrote it up. Sorry.
but Sean's on this kick right now where, like, he's 15, motor boy. He's 15-year-old, and he's, recollecting back on his past when he was little and how we was hard on him and stuff. And then he sees now how we're not as hard on his brother and sister.
Yeah.
And he's like, if I was their age, you would have done this.
Yeah.
I mean, he's cracking me up. But I try to explain to him.
Sean's got it hard at Jericho's place.
Yeah.
Sean's got it tough.
But I try explaining to him, and I'm not being rude or mean about this. It's just my feeling toward it is your first child is your learning child.
Yes.
As sad as that is to say and how it sounds, your first child is 100% the child you learn from.
Yeah.
Your second child, you've made all these mistakes with your first one. You know not to do them with your second one.
Yeah.
But them two are two totally different people. So you're still learning off of your second child. So if you do have a third, you've about got it mastered.
Yeah. The third one's really going to have the better.
Yeah. So your third one and my third one just happens to be my little girl. So, it's like daddy's little girl, and I've already learned from the boys. I know what to do and what not to do with her now. And it's just, with her, everything's just so smooth.
Yeah.
And these two still gives me a little bit of trouble, but, I've grown with them.
Yeah.
And now, I got a 15-year-old who's just like, if I was their age.
Yeah. Well, so he had 20-year-old Jericho. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And 20-year-old you is much different than you now.
Yes.
Your
100%.
understanding of the world, the maturity.
Yeah.
I think so, right?
But
Yeah.
kids don't understand that
Yeah,
stuff. And when you try to sit down and you try to have an adult conversation with them and explain this to them, they still don't understand it.
Yeah.
So Austin Rice says that's Jericho's favorite shirt.
I like the color green.
Kim Keith said it went really good. We raised almost $5,000, and we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all your help, Kim. Thank you guys. We really had a great time being there.
Well, Kim, I will just tell you, if you've watched the show, you've heard me say this 1,000 times, and you've heard Paul say it too. I am horrible with names. I butcher names all the time. If I seen your face, I'd know you.
Yeah, but we appreciate the opportunity to be there, and to go on that just a little bit further. That was all God.
Yes.
We had bought that Xbox to donate the funds of selling it. We were going to auction off here on our show to tornado victims, but we didn't know who to give it to.
Yeah.
We didn't want someone to say, well, they know this person, or that money's not going to get distributed correctly, and da-da-da-da-da. So but we hadn't thought that far away when we commissioned Jerry to build it for us. It was an afterthought. We're like, yeah, build it. We'll do that for tornado victims. Then Jericho and I get to talk about, well, who gets the money? How do we decide who are we going to give the money to?
Yeah.
And then how do we know that it's going for what they say it's going to go for? Do we give it to a church? Because it's not going to raise a ton of money, but it's going to raise a couple $100 at least. And then what does everybody get? $2 or $10?
And that's one thing I hate. I hate getting into a Ponzi scheme. Yeah, and to me, that's what that is just a Ponzi scheme. You give it to Laurel County, okay, Laurel County's probably just going to keep it.
Listen, I love when Jericho gets into stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I know it's frustrating, is what it is. Like when I donate, I want to donate to a good cause, but I also want to make sure it's being used for what you say it's being used for. I have no control. Once I hand it over, I have no control, and it kills me. I want to see it.
So the Xbox was nearing completion, and Kim, I got a message from Tammy Forbes asking if we'd like to participate in this fundraiser, or I think she asked if we would just mention it on the show. And I said, I got better than that for you. So then I messaged Jericho, and I was like, Jericho, this is what they're raising money for, this little 2-year-old. Is this something that we want to maybe auction this Xbox off? And without hesitation, Jericho was like, yeah, let's do it. So then we told Jerry that's what we were going to do. That instead of doing the tornado victims, we were going to auction off for Braden. He goes, man, that sounds awesome. I'd love to be there, and maybe I can bring some stuff. So and then it just kind of blew up. So that's how that all kind of came together. Just kind of heads up on it.
It was a phenomenal turnout, really.
So good, man.
We actually underestimated it at first when we first arrived. I was worried that this little boy wasn't going to be able to achieve what he needed to, and they showed up. I tell you,
a lot of people supported the family. It was really awesome.
It's the cool part we see online all the time.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like what you were talking about. Who the people you had on your podcast?
Yeah,
that you were just people that were trying to help other people and lift other people.
Yeah,
you know.
When I got to when it come time to like start talking to these people, you know, finding out the people. Like I said, I had people like the tourism lady from the census. I had, you know, some of our employees. I had a lady she did I had Lowe's. I remember we had some people from Lowe's. They had a charitable thing. They built a ramp for somebody and stuff like that. So it's like when you kind of start looking for those people, it's hard to find them sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, and then what it helps me do.
It's good and bad.
It's good and bad.
Because you're not supposed to be braggadocious about what you do anyhow.
Especially a place like here. But,
right.
You know, people are so humble in Eastern Kentucky. I'm sure if I was in, you know, some kind of metropolitan city, it'd be really easy to find. But then those
probably look on a billboard. I gave $5,000 a day in their faces right there.
I would love to do your podcast and talk about all the work that I do.
Right.
You know? And it's not, you know, it's probably not the real person I wanted to speak with.
Right.
You know? I like speaking to those people who feel like kind of ashamed because they're I don't want to talk about this. I'm like, I need you to talk about this because it's what inspires people. I mean, that's what we see online. That's one thing we've learned. I think that's what we've learned in this generation, the last 15 years, maybe 15 years of online culture is the real business is you give no giving away, and then as you give, it returns back to you. So hey, I you know, if a person's into fitness, I love fitness. I lost 150 pounds. Not me personally, I wish, but I lost 150 pounds. Here's all the exercises I did. Here's exactly what I ate. This is everything. You can do it too. Let me show you how. Blah 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 blah. And then you give away the whole everything, right?
Right.
And then what people start calling, hey, could you coach me?
Right.
Would you help me with this? Can you come and speak at our thing? And you know, we might pay you for this and that. And next thing you know, you have a whole business of helping people lose weight or, you know, cook food or mechanics, whatever it is. But what you did was you gave it all away, all the information away, and then people wanted you for your expertise and for your inspiration. And before it was, let's hold on to it. You know,
right.
I know how to do stocks. I'm not going to tell nobody how to do stocks. You got to come to me, pay me, you know, some money.
Well, you know what changed all that?
We're changing.
This right here. These phones.
That's what really.
These phones is what changed every bit of that.
It really did open up. I mean, it opened up the knowledge of the world. You know, and that's what we were headed to with AI.
Mm-hmm.
I know people are afraid of it because it's like it's going to be hard to control. But really, you know, and I work a lot with AI. It's really all about just more access, way more access, more than ever before.
I was talking to some guy with the Army, and he said, how does it feel to walk around with the ability to know everything, and the same thing that can show you everything will lie to you?
I've been watching a lot of AI stuff here lately. Did y'all see where Chat GPT passed the "I'm not a robot" test?
No, I haven't seen that, but I'm sure.
No, you know, like you got to click a box, and you know, sometimes you got to match pictures
Yeah.
and all this and that.
Yeah.
Chat GPT done it, passed it.
Yeah, sure.
But back kind of what you were saying, it does take people to inspire other people.
Well,
You know, it's kind of like that McDonald's thing. Like when you go through McDonald's and somebody ahead of you has paid for your meal,
oh yeah.
and you're like, man, I can't let them pay for all right, so I'll pay for the next guy's meal. And then I'll pay for the next guy's meal. And then Jericho's in line and goes, hell yeah, free food. And he just gets his meal and goes on.
Yeah. Man, these guys can't believe it. We're talking about that on my podcast. Nah, I know you'll pass it back, right? Wouldn't you?
I would if I had it. No, my luck is, you know, I'd pass it on, and the next guy would
Have like
this-
$50
yeah,
order.
$50, $60 order.
I just come for a $6 burger and spend $50.
That's how it goes.
Got me again.
Have you seen that? What's that TV show? That's on a TV show.
Yeah, there is a funny show where a guy does that.
It's, give me 50 fries, 50 burgers, 50 shakes, 50.
Oh, no.
So we were talking about DJ, and I led
Oh,
you
yeah.
away.
My bad, yeah.
No, it was my fault. I led you away, maybe intentionally.
No.
No.
Yeah. Hey,
So you're DJing. When did you get started? How long have you been doing it?
so I started DJ doing weddings and stuff probably 2 years ago, maybe 3. It's time fast. Sometime after the pandemic. It just I got into it purely because I love music and, you know, picking up. I've always kind of done a version of DJing. You know, if I go to a party, if I'm at a, you know, function for work, people going to ask me to pick the music, right? That's always of something. So, and then I discovered the technical part of it was something definitely in my wheelhouse. Beat matching. As a musician, you know, you do that, picking keys, mixing in key, and finding flow, these technical things, and that's what my interest really lied in. Then I realized that we didn't have that many here in our region, and so there was money to be made. So I could do the thing that I'm most curious and interested in, make money during people's happiest times of their lives. Because I've yet to do a DJ gig at a funeral.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like, I just got,
I actually have. It was my grandmother's.
oh,
Well, that don't count then.
Well, it was a celebration of life, but
There
it
we
was
go.
the
Yeah.
closest thing you can have to
got you.
a service.
I was waiting to one for like somebody going to jail. They're like, hey, we had this one last rager. I'm DJing that one for free.
For free.
Oh yeah, let's
Call
go.
Keith Green.
I'm for all your
Incarcerated.
incarceration needs. Just like Metallica. Anyway,
Right?
so yeah, the last 3-4 years I've been doing. I don't do a ton of DJing gigs. You know, I've done like some school stuff, done weddings, you know, a bunch of weddings and stuff. And I don't advertise that much because of the time. I probably should though, because it does.
It
I
helps.
don't
It
see
helps.
how you have time for it. Like you just seem so busy with everything else.
It's that was it Master Lot Good at Nothing? I don't know, something like that. What has that
You're a
saying? go?
jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades.
and
Yeah,
master
there
of
you go.
none.
There you go. You know, and a lot of that comes from actually all the knowledge that I do have regarding subjects. You know, like I know tons about DJing, but cannot, like if I had to go and do a big huge party and do all these intricate cuts and stuff, I probably can't do that. You know, I know lots about cars, but I got a bumper hanging off right now that I have zero. I'm not going to fix that bumper. It's not going to happen.
Well, that's just your
my.
willpower. You just don't have
It's like Jericho.
the
I've
want.
seen his house almost complete for a year.
Talking about that siding.
Yeah. And you totally know how to do it, right?
Yeah, he could do it in probably 2 or 3 hours.
But
He's really quick.
just not going.
Jessica's watching. Like that is the one thing.
It's so hard. It's so hard, Jess. I'm
your
swearing
own
it's
stuff.
no,
the hardest
that's
thing to
the
do.
one thing that she has not ragged me about.
Oh, okay.
Anything else, like it is nonstop until I do it. She hasn't said a word. Now she's going to.
So like, people are noticing Jericho. Keith lives right beside you. He's been thinking about it for 8 damn months. And I don't know what to say.
My landscaping.
She wanted me to build that closet, so I built her closet.
Oh, right on.
I wrapped it and everything. I just haven't put siding on it.
Yeah. Our landscape is trash. And for 3 years, my wife's been trying to get me to change the landscaping. You know, get some
We know
rocks in
people.
and stuff.
We know people that can do it.
I know. Oh, yeah. I got to do a lot more DJ gigs for that, though. Because you know what? My beautiful property with all my trees on it, when I first moved, oh, look how beautiful. You can't even see my house on Google Maps because all the trees. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all these windstorms cost me
Oh yeah, those beautiful
tens
trees.
of $1,000.
You ever get them trees cut down that you was talking about?
Yeah, I did. I had actually guy came. He came this week. Got him gone. I had them, man. They fell over. They fell over in groups now, which I think they're falling over so much because the trees are gone, blocking the wind that would keep them from falling.
Right.
I think I figured that out. So I'm pretty much now need to start a GoFundMe for Green Family tree removal and our dog. We don't really have one, but just pretend we have one there. I'll get
Right.
AI and put one there.
And he really loves running around those trees that were there.
Anyway, so yeah, but I love the DJing more because I love the reaction of the people. You know, I think that's my favorite part about DJing is seeing them. You know, a lot of times when I'm DJing, it's like a lot of little kids. Like I would see all the little kids, and then I know all the hits. You know, and then don't know about Bruno. Mm-hmm. I got all the Sing 2 soundtrack. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I watch the little babies jump and dance. I don't even care about the adults at that time. You know, it's fun.
This is going to sound horrible.
Sure.
I hate when the kids take over the dance floor.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I hate it because it does derail the party.
It does, because then you gotta
Derails
start.
it because everybody else is like, "Oh, those kids are having such a good time," and then there's somebody like Jericho in the corner is like, "When is he going to play some good stuff?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
because when the kids start, you gotta kind of
You
Put
get
a different-
Bluey and Bruno and all this other stuff.
you gotta put a
and-
different type of music on, and
and it changes.
yeah, only the kids like it, and God, yeah, kids take the fun out of everything. God.
Back in the day, you know, parents zero consideration for what we had really was going on. They would just be like, I remember when I was a kid for Thanksgiving, and all our cousins and stuff were going. We had a room upstairs at my grandmother's house, and they would put all the kids in that room, and that's where we ate Thanksgiving dinner at. And all the adults were downstairs. I remember turning 13 and being able to go downstairs with the adults and leave all those suckers upstairs in that room. Like, see y'all later. I mean, you had to wait for somebody. We had to wait for somebody to bring us like extras up. Like, say you finish your plate, you be like, "There's no cell phone. You can't text your mom. Bring me some sweet potatoes. You just gotta hope she might think about her baby and bring, and bring you extra juices."
You know, Keith need to gain a little bit of weight. Why don't you take him up a little bit more?
Yeah, bring him up just a little bit more. You
So
know,
mine was all the adults in my childhood didn't care.
really?
They didn't give a crap. I mean, and I catch myself saying this to my kids, but one of the sayings that got said to us a lot was, "When'd you turn into an adult?"
Yeah.
You know, when did your opinions matter?
It's at the kids' table. We had a kids' table.
Yeah,
Where it's like, no. You guys over there.
over there, and don't
over
talk.
there.
Oh,
Don't get
mine,
in our
Don't
conversation.
interrupt us.
No.
mine was all the kids get outside,
Yeah.
Or I thought we were talking about eating.
even eating.
Oh, yeah?
Little bowls.
Even eating, get outside and eat.
Yeah.
The inside of the house, the AC was for adults only.
Well, now, let me backtrack because I know my mother's watching. family meals we ate together.
Yeah. I'm talking like Thanksgiving.
But like Thanksgiving and stuff.
or like it was
yes.
a barbecue. It was like a family
Anytime
barbecue.
there was more than my adults.
Yeah.
Like if my adults had friend adults,
Yeah.
then we were to the side.
Yes.
Is what I mean.
My dad would make eggnog. He make fresh eggnog, and I always wanted to try eggnog, which I didn't realize now that they put brandy in it.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, how come I can never have eggnog? Everybody drink. They all got big cups of eggnog.
They all
Happy?
loved it, like-
They're so happy. They never make kid eggnog.
Right. My dad ain't never danced till he gets some of that eggnog.
Yeah, no, he's the happiest guy I ever see. But I understand it, though. I do understand it. Because, like, we want to have this conversation. We had our kids here. They all, Dad, you didn't say that. You didn't go there with that eggnog.
That's how my son is right now. It's driving me crazy. My son corrects me on everything. Everything.
Yeah.
If I said, all right, man, it's like 10 minutes to bedtime, it's actually 13 minutes, Dad.
I hate that.
I hate that.
My kids do that.
I hate that so much.
You know,
I love my kids.
obviously,
though.
I know
I'm proud
it's
of you.
13 minutes.
Yeah.
Probably 8 minutes, almost 10 minutes to bedtime.
Yeah.
It's like 10 minutes to bedtime.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
Dad's
know how
13.
yours are. I don't know how yours are. 8 o'clock, my kids' bedtime.
Okay.
Especially now with school starting back and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm trying to crack down on them. 8 o'clock, getting a friggin' bed.
Yeah.
We go to bed at 10 at my house.
Well, it could be
That's something.
7:57. Most people
And they're
round up.
hungry.
Yeah.
They're hungry, right?
Yes.
Oh,
God, I
yeah.
freaking hate that.
Oh, yeah.
No, but it'd be like 7:57, and most people round up like, okay, it's bedtime. It's close enough. It's 8 o'clock. My little girl, I got 3 minutes.
Yeah. They will hold on to them 3 minutes like it's the last 3 minutes.
Lord, yeah, and I hate that.
They're lucky too. They got a good mother because I would let them go home bed hungry. I was like, every day, 6:30, 7 o'clock is dinner time. You ain't down here to eat. You gotta go to bed hungry till you learn that. 6:30, I better go eat because I know this is what.
Yeah,
Their mom
my 2
cares.
little ones. My older one ain't. He's never really done that. But my 2 little ones, they hear bedtime.
Yeah.
Food time. That's what they hear. They hear food time. I'm like, no, I said bedtime.
Gotcha. I blame myself though. I blame. It's me. I'm the punk parent. That's what's his name? Bernie Mac. You ever heard it? I'm the punk gay parent.
Problem is, I have a tough time being consistent
Yeah.
because I try to take in account what the entire day was. It's like, all right, it's time for bed. Well, you know what? We've actually had him doing this and doing that. Maybe give him another half hour doing whatever he's doing before he has to go to bed.
Yeah.
And then the next time he's like, Dad, what about that half hour? I said, boy, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. You don't get that half hour.
That's how I am any day.
Yeah.
8 o'clock's 8 o'clock.
We're not consistent in
good.
that.
I don't give a
good.
crap what you've done today.
Yeah. That's
And
good.
when I say bedtime, you best get your tail back there.
Yeah, consistency is key, man. It's key. Same thing with things like this, productions, doing your podcast. People are like, how you get it to grow? It's like consistency.
Yeah,
You show up.
Really, that's what it is.
Yep. Same thing with as a musician, you learning music and stuff like that. People just get so frustrated with learning an instrument, and they're like, "Oh, I can't. I don't have a musical bone in my body." Like you do, you just got to be consistent. You would learn how to play guitar. I promise you. It'll take you a year to figure out the basics, but after a year, you'll
Chris
have
Lloyd.
it. Huh?
So, do you live in Knox County, Whitley County, Laurel County?
I'm in Whitley County.
You're in Whitley County.
Yeah, I'm on Bee Creek, right down the street.
that's right. That's
yeah,
right.
I'm in Bee Creek, right down the street from Jericho. So
No, I was thinking about the DJ stuff, and you did the New Year's thing in Knox County.
yeah.
You said you've 3 years doing that.
Yeah, 3 years. So, Barberville got a new tourism director, and and people in town knew me from music. I because of my work with the Blue Crawdads, people knew me from music around town in Barberville, in particular. We got a lot of roots there.
A huge shout out to the tourism Barberville. They've really stepped their game up the last 3 years.
Hardest working lady in tourism.
They are doing great. Like Valentine's Day, whatever. Hearts in the streets, murals, like huge.
Yeah, it's kind of like the thing with KCOC, right? She works. She's not working off the dime on the mandate for the city. She's working from her own drive to make sure that we have the best in Barberville. I mean, it's just this pure, I want it to be best. So if she doesn't go to sleep for days on end to make sure she has to drive to North Carolina to go pick up those hearts, you know, if she got to get a whole team of people to, you know, and like we had a thing for the Smurfs the other day, and she painted all these custom murals of Smurfs for the Smurf thing. You know, so we can, for this, you know, 1 day event, stayed up all night painting all these Smurfs so we can have the decorations for the event. Like, you know, I wouldn't expect somebody who works for tourism to do that.
Right.
It's just somebody who loves their town and is so driven that's what she does. And because of it, you know, I don't think that, I know a lot of people. I've been going around telling people about. So Barberville actually won a congressional award for their tourism. We had a digital walking tour of the art district in Barberville, and so you can go on there on the website, go to the app, and you can take a virtual tour of not virtual. It's a guided tour. And because of the work from them, and I think it was Barberville City or maybe it's Knox Central. I can't remember which school it was. They got recognized in Congress for it, and there's a display in Congress about this work. You know, little old Barberville, Kentucky.
That's amazing.
And you go to right now, you can go to the law house. Forgive me for not knowing which.
Courthouse?
I don't know, whatever one in the Senate. You go to the Senate in Washington, D.C., and there's a display about Barberville, Kentucky there right now. Come on now.
That's awesome.
That's what a driven, dedicated person can get done.
It's hands down the best around here.
Yeah.
Like the Christmas stuff. I know Jericho's there for the 4th of July, or you were going there for the 4th of July.
Yeah.
We had 3 days. We had 3 days of fireworks. Had top 10, country artists right there on the stage in Barberville. Man, it's crazy.
Now London's doing really good.
Yeah.
And I hope Corbin catches up quick. But I know they've hired a new city, somebody here to do that stuff, or they were looking for one or something. But man, it would be great if we could just pay your Barberville lady to move to Corbin.
Yeah. But it really, it's a lot of outsiders, and it's hard. Like I said, it's hard. If you get a certain salary, you're trying to do your job,
Right.
to what the city gives you for money. It's hard. But now, don't forget though, Corbin, when it comes to the quality of things, they got it in space, man. The other night we had 7 places had live music downtown Corbin. That's amazing. Look, the restaurants here, nothing in Eastern Kentucky has the same restaurant caliber as Corbin. Well, Whitley County just stepped it up. They just
They're just opened
that Hunt and Harvest.
Yeah, Hunt and Harvest. Is
I
it
went
good?
there the other day.
Is it good? Not been there yet.
Money.
What?
And he's only making, you would love it, man, because he's only doing cuts of meat that you don't get in other places. So like he had rabbit ragu, he did beef cheek, braised beef cheeks. He made like a lingua, the tongue, cow tongue, the shoulder.
Where's this at?
It's on Main Street in Williamsburg. Williamsburg. Oh, it's awesome. Also our neighbor.
Yeah,
Also our
I'm
neighbor.
on
Yeah.
Oh, he lives on.
He lives on Bee Creek. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. The one part owner. He lives on, but
It's one of those big houses on Big Creek.
I guarantee you it's.
it's nice. But he did it. He's doing his thing, and it's so you take that. You take the Yaya Soul, the Wrigley. You guys ever eat over at the rooftop? The rooftop garden.
Yeah, Eminem.
Eminem rooftop garden.
I haven't.
They're good. And they're great people.
Yeah, they're great people.
I heard that Corbin's got the best damn bakery in the Tri-County area. Is what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it is pretty good. Have you ever tried it?
I
Oh, come
I
on.
haven't got over it. I keep meaning to. I just
I
haven't.
had to give you a parting gift or something.
Please do.
Yeah.
Because once again, that's when you ask me who I am. This is what I love, man. I love being a part of a community, and I go out. I talk to people. I'm fortunate. I get to travel a lot in my job and just in my music dealings, and that's all I do. I tell people how awesome Whitley County is, how awesome Barberville is, how awesome KCOC is. I'll be talking to people. I tell people about your podcast.
Yeah?
Because whenever
this beef jerky in that bakery. Tell them about that.
Oh yeah, about RJ's.
RJ's, man.
Well, one of the things that people I don't think I recognize is freshness.
Yeah.
Because when you want to eat food, after a while, right, you lose the flavor. But with RJ's beef jerky, hot and spicy in particular, you can see the peppers, you can see the striations,
It's done right.
and the beef. But don't take my word for it, folks.
Well, and one thing, and I'm ashamed of it, but now that I know, is it's local.
Yeah,
This is a locally owned company.
yeah.
Didn't know that until we started doing
The
this.
owners just dropped off bags of beef
Yeah,
jerky
they-
for us to have on the show.
The owner loves us, okay, and we love him.
The no sugar coating being in the back of Sugar Burger. You know what I mean? Like that's how you do it. Because we utilize all the spaces, and who else is making fresh baked goods daily? But right here.
Funny story about this
Oh,
place.
that's across the street too, by the way.
There's one right beside of us.
No, that's a gluten free.
It's a different
Somebody-
clientele. Different
Yeah.
clientele.
Somebody needs it. Yeah.
So Jericho and I are sitting watching a wrestling event. And Jericho's Paula. No, I told Jericho, I said, listen, I was getting a tattoo last night. And the guy said the building next to him is for rent. It's like $500. It wasn't $500. But he said it was like $500. And Jericho's like, yeah. I said, yeah. He goes, I said, it's on Main Street. He goes, dude. I said, yeah. And he goes, I said, it's probably got enough room to put a podcast in it. Jericho's, ping. He's like, he goes, man, if you'll rent that building, I'll help you. I'll help you. He goes, I'll give you some money to help fix it. Because I'll stay in there and I'll work and we'll put a podcast in a room to it. And every bit of this, Jericho did.
Wow. It's an awesome space, man.
I like to feel like everything I said I was going to do, I did do.
Amen.
I showed up.
Yeah.
Did I forget to say that?
No. No, this was, God almighty, this was a task.
Yeah.
A lot bigger than we expected.
Okay.
Way bigger than we expected.
Thousands more than we expected.
Yes.
Yeah. But now you're here.
Oh, you should see the transformation photos, like before and after.
Yeah.
Like it stunk in here. It moldy, just rotten walls, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
We tore it all out,
Gotcha.
pretty much. Tore it all out, rebuilt it from the ground up.
It was the really metal beams.
Yeah, yeah. We had it down to the metal beams.
Yeah.
It was. I'm glad that time of our life's over.
And it's inspiring, and it's what a town needs. I'm sure this, most of our neighbors and most people don't know it, but it's like you have a podcast studio right downtown, right next to all these great restaurants, a beautiful park, our farmers market. You know what I mean? That's all part of the culture of what Corbin is.
Well, and that's what we wanted this for too, is to bring Corbin through these doors and talk to them, and I mean not just Corbin, the Tri-County. Anybody. We've said it on many shows. If you just want to come in and talk to us, if you got a story that you'd like to tell or anything, arms open, come on.
Yeah. Whenever I hear people say online or something talking about there's nothing to do, that's BS. You
can
ain't
find
looking.
something.
You ain't looking.
Yeah.
There's tons and tons of stuff to do, whether it be here or, any of the other cities, man. Tons of stuff to do. I wish people would just open their eyes a little bit. I go down to, I like at the chamber meeting or the city. If you go to the city meetings for Corbin and you hear about all the stuff that's happening, it's like, man, they're really kicking butt, Williamsburg got it going on. Y'all guys go down to the Mint? What's going on with the Mint? Yeah, we hit.
It's good.
Yeah.
He actually works there now.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay, right on. Yeah. See,
It's good.
yeah, and it's
Have you
listen.
been to a London City Council meeting?
Yeah,
It's wild. It's one of
yeah. I did some work for the mayor for a while, so it was kind of like, I'm just there as an engineer, but it
It's
happens.
getting crazier every day.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah, it's. I don't know when that crap's going to end. I feel like both parties are kind of feeding fuel to the fire, making it bigger than what it should ever have gotten.
What's really crazy is, regardless how you see things in London, it's got better,
yeah,
at least from an outside perspective.
sure.
In the last couple of years, you can see they really tried to bring those bands downtown and have a good. Their chicken festivals are really good.
Yes.
They're stepping up their Christmas game where
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's not even close to Barberville, but it's getting closer to Barberville
Gotcha.
than it was. But outside looking in, it really seems like they're doing a good job in London.
Yeah.
And then you see the inners. You're like, how, if this machine can do this with all these snaps and breaks in it, and imagine what it could do if it was working together, fully functional. If it was firing on all cylinders, London would be amazing.
And it should be. I mean, it is the big brother, population wise, tax wise. It's the big brother of all the, this whole region.
The whole Tri-County?
The whole Tri-County. Even the Mount Vernon and all this. I mean, you can go all the way up. I think, probably just
To
Richmond.
Berea, maybe?
Yeah, Berea. I think they probably pull in more than Berea, I bet you. I know Berea got the college and stuff like that, but, I think population-wise, they pull in more. So it's like, it really is the big brother. And we're seeing what normally would be internal fighting, we're seeing it externally. People are exposing things, and people, because of access to information like we have now, cell phones and things like that, they can't hide those kind of fights like they used to, would back in the day. And I think it's a good thing. That's not, and I'm not going to get into politics, but just bringing up President Trump. The one thing that we do have is you kind of can see everything's happening. Before, you didn't see these things. They just, Congress did something. I don't know how well my parents ever knew about what Congress did. I know I'm very informed now, and it's not just like I'm out seeking it as much as it's just being laid out before me, both whatever sides, And I think this is my first time really seeing it just like, hey, this is what we doing. Whether you like it, don't like it.
It's everybody's business.
Yeah,
Right here.
there you go. Just putting it out there. I mean, except for one file, but anyway. I'm stopping. I'm just talking about transparency. Or seeing things up front and not seeing things in the shadows.
Right. Or not seeing things for a minute.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyways.
So, how would somebody get a hold of you for your DJ stuff? What are your rates? I mean,
well, if somebody is interested in some DJ service, you can find me on Facebook like everywhere else. Keith Green, Greene would be the.
has an E at the end.
It has the E at the end of Green. That'd be the best way. I got an Instagram, KAGJR. It's my initials, but anyway,
Gotcha.
I'm as a person who works in communication and marketing. I'm a terrible marketer. I'm like a mechanic,
Right.
I don't really market myself. It's just a lot of word of mouth, and I stay plenty busy. So I haven't done much, and which I need to. I need to do more. But yeah, somebody want to catch me on Facebook or something like that, or most people in town know me. It's just kind of how that works a little bit too, as a person who's very extroverted.
Right.
So just run into me. Let me know. Just let me know when the family get together happens. I can marry you.
So
I could do-
you're ordained.
Yeah, I'm ordained.
He's not said one cuss word. I've been paying attention.
And I guarantee you're better than me.
Listen, I did a wedding not too long ago. I was a DJ, and they had an issue. They needed a minister right then. I married the couple, then I DJ'd the Well, I just started and the minister came in later. But I got there, I was able to start it, and then minister took over. I went and DJ'd the wedding right after that. And I'm telling you, I do the flowers if you need them.
You can be the flower.
I'd be the flower girl if you need me
listen,
to.
I just did a flower girl.
See?
On a DJ, on a wedding, I DJ'd.
That's how you gotta do it.
Yeah, I
how you got-
was Cupid going through there throwing flowers and stuff.
You know what I mean?
I played my own song,
Yeah.
queued it up myself, ran down the aisle, got back in time to change the song for the bride.
You the man.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
it was one of the more fun ones I've done.
That's you.
That's just called being diversified.
Yes, sir.
I think maybe more of an idiot. Is what I would say, because it was stressful. And then what's crazy is when you do those, people start realizing where they know you from.
That's true.
You know, like nobody. When I was in my regular clothes, everybody's like, "Oh, that guy looks familiar. Guy looks familiar." And then right before the ceremony starts, I put on this Cupid outfit. Have you seen these country Cupid videos?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So then I come out of the bathroom like, oh my God, I knew that's where I knew you from. I just didn't want to ask.
Yeah.
Will you take a picture with me? Will you take a picture with me? So I'm taking pictures with people before I go down the aisle throwing flowers. And then I'm running around because it was at Harvey's here. So Harvey's that back corner. You can run the back side of it and backing around.
Yeah.
So I did that to change the music to get the bride to come out next. It was pretty wild.
That's wild. That's good.
So is that the same way? Just Facebook and Instagram. Is that the same way to book your band too?
Yeah, you can bluecrawdads.com or Rachel Crow Band. It's CROWE Crow Band this.com, and you can catch us, one of those states, or see it on Facebook, whatever. Yeah, we'd come play your bar mitzvah or your, funeral, whatever. I mean,
Do you mind me asking how much that costs?
for like the band,
Yeah.
it's $1,200 for a couple hour show or something like that. Depends on if you need sound or if you just need like a solo performer, it's less. Same thing with the DJing. I usually do a whole day DJing, $1,200, but I work with people,
Right.
We're,
Well, because some people just want this part of the wedding done.
Yeah.
Some people just want this part of the wedding done.
Yeah.
Some people don't care if there's a rehearsal. Some people want you at a rehearsal. I mean, the prices can fluctuate or whatever.
prices can fluctuate, and while I do keep a standard charge, I usually charge people just pretty much the same amount. I do understand the circumstances and stuff like that. And, it's not my main thing. My main thing is community. That's what
Right.
I try to I organize a lot of stuff, which has been a fun thing. I've been doing a lot of organizing shows and stuff here lately. So more than playing music, because I've been being able to book and stuff and
So, like booking your band or other bands?
booking other bands.
Where at? Doing? I mean,
Oh yeah, man, all over, man. Lot in Barberville. They there, but people call me and then they ask me to they got a little festival going or something like that, and they need bands and stuff. So I got connections, national touring acts, stuff like that.
you heard that? It's got connections.
That's part of it. That's part of being an extrovert, is that you get to know people, and then people get to trust you to do stuff. So you,
So, what bands have you booked recently?
Andrew Moore and Hooch, they're out of London, right? Got them. If you talk like national stuff, we've done like Jonathan Scales, which he not that you would know this, but he played White House. He played all over the world. Does jazz marimbas. I booked a lot of Jocelyn and Sweet Compressions. They're out of Lexington, so they I've had
Awesome.
Holly Forbes from The Voice and stuff like that. Yeah. So it just depends on right now I'm working on Union Commonwealth University. Their president is the new president is being inaugurated here in September, so I'm putting together that show.
That's awesome.
So working on that, and I make sure people get sound. I did the 4th of July for Corbin. At the arena, yeah. So I did the sound and all that stuff for that. So it's just
So he's big time, ladies and gentlemen.
well,
He's big time.
Little fish, big pond. But
Maybe big fish, little pond. my
baby,
man.
I always say I'm like I was a city boy and a rural king. You know what I mean? But I enjoy it, man. I appreciate you guys having me for sure.
I was going to ask you. All right, let's go through at the end of the show questions real quick. Ghost,
Ghost.
are they real?
No.
No,
God, that was quick.
that wasn't even.
That wasn't even a thought. That was.
I grew up afraid of everything. Afraid of my own shadow. And I just told myself, I don't care. I just said about 23, I just said, you know what? If Jason's here right now, and he's going to stab me, he's got to stab me. I don't care no more.
Right.
So I'm only holding on to God because this is in my heart to hold on to Jesus and God. But yeah, I don't believe in anything.
You don't
I
don't
mean-
believe in anything.
I don't believe in anything. But I
Outside
hold
of God.
on. Yeah, outside of my faith, I don't believe in anything.
So nothing supernatural, extraterrestrial,
Nope.
no kind of conspiracies. You know, you just.
I don't know horoscopes.
No, whoa.
No
He
horoscopes.
mentioned a conspiracy.
Oh, which one?
I thought you said Epstein a little earlier.
Oh yeah, that's not a conspiracy though. We know exactly what happened with that. We're just waiting to see if or not it's going to come out.
So that's what every conspiracy theorist says.
Yeah, that's
So it's not a conspiracy.
It's not a conspiracy.
It's
One day.
actually true.
We know.
Wait till you
exactly
hear
what
that it's true.
happened. Yeah. Nah,
So-
I mean, you know, go ahead.
So, like you said, no, you don't know horoscopes, no nothing.
Coincidences, I don't believe in that either. I do believe in coincidences, but I don't know. You know what? I kind of just let it all go. It's really, really where I'm at. I'm an agnostic. You know, I don't know. Maybe JFK. Maybe aliens. Most likely. I don't know.
So you're the type of guy, like, if old Bigfoot there come, just strolling through, you just gonna be like, I heard you may be real.
If I
Yes, you
saw
are.
Bigfoot, I will believe in Bigfoot. I have not seen.
Yeah,
Bigfoot.
but like your demeanor with that, you're just like,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, I heard you may be real.
I don't.
You are real.
I just got tired of being afraid.
Yeah.
I just got tired of being afraid. So it's like, if somebody put a gun in my face, I'm gonna be sad that I'm gonna lose my family.
But
Whatever.
is believing or thinking something may be real being scared?
Possibly.
Possibly. It's my motivation. It's not. I'm not saying that anybody else's, and I'm not saying it's not real.
See, I see it as a little excitement, thinking like, hey, there's aliens out there or something. There's nothing scary about it. It's
Right.
more intriguing.
Well, I mean,
like,
the more you dig into it, the more scary it is.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And some people like being scared. People they like horror movies. They like being scared. I kind of don't care.
Right.
I'm just I don't know, it's whatever. I'm not worried about hell. I mean, maybe, yeah, sure, probably. I don't know. And if I go, dang. I messed up.
The way I understand it, just about horror movies,
Yeah.
you're first.
Yeah. And that's why the new meme is as soon as we hear the music, we out. We don't wait. Doo-doo. Hey, what's going on back there?
Right.
Roll credits.
I'm out.
Hey, I'm out. Hey. Being a musician playing a lot of weddings, you see a lot of fights. And so, or just playing a lot of bars, you see a lot of fights.
Yeah.
Right? And the first instinct is, let me be a hero. No, not I.
Right.
I'm on tuck and run.
Yeah, now if I see somebody, beating up on a lady, like one time, actually, not too long ago, last year, I saw, they started beating up on this lady who was, she was presenting herself as a man, or she was more masculine in her presentation. And so
Was transgender?
now she wasn't trans, but I think she was a female who was lesbian.
Taking
Maybe
testosterone.
she probably was a lesbian. She dressed like a boy.
Yeah.
But she was clearly a woman, but just dressed
Gotcha.
like a boy. And she was talking to other females. Somebody didn't like it, and they started beating her. Right? So we stepped in. But otherwise, if it was like two guys,
Nah.
Have at it, Hoss. You know, not my
Yeah.
business. You know, unless maybe he was like killing them or something.
I mean, two guys, I'm about the same way. I'm like, where's popcorn at, guys? Come
It's
on.
not my. It's not. Hey, listen. They start messing up. I don't know. Even to start messing up the establishment. Not my establishment. I ain't
Right.
here to stop you from. You know, I would hope you would, but
Right.
I don't remember how I got to that. I just don't.
Age,
have-
I think. Well, I mean, you just kind of wise up about stuff like that. You know, it's like, no, this really ain't worth it. No, this really ain't worth it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a lot cooler to tell the story that you see and then pretend you're in it than actually be in it.
Yeah.
Well,
I was at this bar last night playing this, and these two guys were fighting. I was like, not today, not in this bar.
Yeah.
The guy with the knife.
I told my band, I was like, look, that's a liability. Is what exactly what I told them. I thought about insurance. I was like, no, because we can become attached to that situation. Let those guys fight it out, and they did, you know. And family members broke it up, and we didn't have to get involved.
I mean, even me, I'm not going to try to pick fights or anything like that. I'm like you. I'm going to sit back and watch them, you know. But I'll also stand my own too if I had to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And somebody was to press me. Oh yeah. It's like I tell this to my son. I try to instill this in him, and my daughter kind of has it naturally, but I try to really instill it in him. I said, listen, if somebody is picking on you, go ahead and go with the getting punched in the face. Like, allow it to happen. They're bigger than you. They're gonna stomp you out. They're gonna break your arm.
Just allow it to happen.
I said, it's okay. Like, don't be afraid of getting your arm broke, so you can show them that you're not afraid. It's way worse the fear than the pain of the injury. That's how I feel it. You know.
Does your son have to deal with more
No.
being picked on or anything else?
Yeah, he's sweet. I mean, he's a caring kid. Good heart. He believes in what's right. You know, my son's very noble in those regards. But he's a little bit smaller stature. It's growing, man. That summer, he grew 8 inches this summer.
I actually put a
Crazy.
little mark on the door of my son
Yeah, same.
a couple months ago. I was like, man, just wait till school starts. You're going to pop up. He might be an inch taller.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it didn't really happen.
How
for him
old
this
is he?
summer. 9.
Oh yeah. Give him some time. Yeah.
It didn't happen for him.
Mine did too. He was and he 8 inches this summer. I'm like, man. Glad we wasn't
You
close.
just waiting to go back to school. Hey, remember that?
remember my Doritos? He took.
How
But
old is he?
13.
Gotcha.
He's 13. Yeah. So and he's such a sweet kid, in terms of how nice he is in his heart. He don't want to see anybody get harmed, that kind of thing. But I'm like, man, look, somebody press you about something, you gotta go ahead and be like, okay, I'm okay with it. You bigger than me, you play football, and you gonna push me down? Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna take them bumps and bruises, and so you remember that I don't play like that. And my daughter, that's how she is.
She was born that way.
She's born that way. Yeah, she crack. What we call it, crashing out. Even like punishment, we don't even punish her. It's like, oh, she did something that's out of pocket, and then it's like, we're gonna take this away. She's like, here.
That's what my
Well,
son-
then next thing you know, all right, I can't use my phone for 3 weeks. Well, whatever. You're right. She just savage in it, which is psychological, and that's what she has over him. Psychological. Yeah.
So that's my son is like that. Although if my son couldn't beat his way out of a bag, but he is so damn hard headed about everything that he would put himself in the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if somebody told him, "Hey, you better not do that," he'd be like, "Why?" And then do it anyways. Not because he's some Billy Bad A.
Yeah.
It's
Just
because it's his world.
yeah. He's gonna be. They want to be in control of their world.
Yeah.
No, my little boy's like yours, so kind-hearted,
Yeah.
and he does get picked on a lot and stuff because of it. And he's come home many a days crying because of it and all this and that. It gets about irritating, really. Not him coming home crying, but him getting picked on so
Picked on,
much. It's all this and that. Like, he got beat up on the school bus one day, and the bus driver and the bus monitor or whatever. Didn't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Like, he got off the bus with his nose bleeding and stuff, and like, what happened? Well, this middle schooler or high schooler at the time was punching him, and they done nothing about it. And he just sat there and let him do it because
Leanne's watching the show, and I know she said, "That's why our son don't ride the bus, Paul."
yeah. But he just he's so kind hearted. He just sat there and just let him do it
Yeah.
because he didn't want to do nothing about it.
Yeah.
My son's only bad when he's in front of me. Like we'll be talking about something. Like I
Yeah.
said, he's 9. I was like, "Hey, man, we're gonna have to take care of this." He goes, "Yeah, Dad, I had to bust some brains, man. I had to bust them up."
Yeah.
Now let me tell you how we're gonna do it, Dad. Then he has this plan of how we're gonna whoop somebody. First, I'll go in there and I'll kick him right in the leg, and then you uppercut, and then I'll bite him because I'm already at your leg, Dad.
Got to work out choreograph.
Yeah, I said, you realize it never works that way, son.
Never.
Said I've been in a lot of fights,
Yeah.
and I've always planned out how they were going to work, and they never work that way.
This is my. I always try to be a realist, right? I always try to, when I look at how things work, I just try to look at it realistically. If you look at forget amateur, look at professional fighters in UFC. For the most part, I mean, you got those amazing people out there, but for the most part, they train every day. Know they got to fight. They've been in the gym all their whole lives, stuff like that, and they get there and they're throwing the weirdest punches. They can't slip a guard. They can't, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And these people are training every day, and they still like throwing punches weirdly, not throwing a good jab or nothing like that. It's like, so me in my little brain from watching all this UFC and kung fu movies,
Right.
thinking I'm gonna go out there and then I'm all of a sudden I'm gonna have all this perfect guard and footwork.
Nah.
0%
Right.
of that's gonna happen. I'm gonna be throwing haymakers like everybody else.
Well, what's crazy is those guys could fight the same guy 3 or 4 times and may win 1, may win 3 times.
Yeah.
But there's a good chance they won't win all 4 times because there's some things that just happen.
Yeah.
You slip.
Yeah.
They've got this guard on you. Well, like what I'm saying is it's some of those fights, as equal as you can make them, there'll be something happen.
Yeah. It just surprised me. You would think that as a professional, you would have a jab down, but they don't. Or like a basketball player, it's like you would figure like the free throws, they make like 80%, 70%. It's like you make millions of dollars. Who's missing a free throw ever? But they do it all the time. Baseball's different. That's crazy.
Shaq, that's who's missing a free throw.
Yeah, but
I was thinking about
he had them. His hand was like his fingers. But now these 7-footers are out here playing like they're guards from the.
Throw a 3 like it's nothing.
Like it's nothing. Or you got 5'8" guys dunking like it's crazy. Humans are amazing, man. Humans are.
They are.
Amazing.
That's why we get watched by aliens.
And I can believe, hey, we might be, man. Man, I'm just saying. I don't know if they're bad aliens or good aliens, and I don't know if the government is hiding them.
It's gonna come out.
It's gonna come. They need to put on a podcast. Why don't you invite like a Epstein? Oh no, you guess.
Because we don't know people like you know them.
Oh yeah, I can call him. Jeff, is Tupac over there?
Yeah. What you got big coming up that you're working on? I think you said something in September.
Yeah. Well, actually, I got just a little small thing in August. Not small thing. This is big. KCOC. We have our Kentucky Derby happening at the Williamsburg Splash Park. Right, it's one of our biggest fundraisers of the year. We'd love to have families come out. You buy a duck, $5. Get you a chance to win over $5,000 in prizes. Well, $3,000 in prizes and $2,000 in cash, something like that.
$3,000 in cash, $2,000 in prizes.
There we go. Appreciate it. Yeah,
That's first place.
First place. But we and top 10 is prizes for all that. So we got the Kentucky Derby happen August the 19th, 23rd,
23rd
the 23rd, August 23rd. So that's
at Kentucky Splash.
That's one. SOAR Summit. If you guys haven't heard about SOAR, Saving Our Appalachian Region, it's a beautiful conference talking about everything's happening here in
That's
Southeast
fairly
Kentucky.
new, right?
Yeah, it's
Like 5 years or something?
5 years, something like that. But Corbin's the host of it again this year, right? It's happening in a couple of weeks. You know, people can come out, come network, learn about what's happening. I think Senator Stivers is going to be the keynote speaker. No, somebody big like that. It's going to be our keynote speaker this year, you know. And I know you got to work day and stuff, but I think it's important for people to come out, learn about what's happening in our region, the money's happening, the big projects, roads and things like that happening. People need to get connected and find out what's happening. So that's happening. I got a show at Proud Mary's with the Rachel Crow Band on August 23rd.
No, that's a soul band also,
That's
right?
the Soul Band, man. She's a firecracker.
She's on Spotify and Apple?
Yes, Spotify, everything. I got, if you go to my Facebook page, you'll see live performances of us performing. So that's August 23rd, 1 o'clock at Proud Mary's in Lexington. If you've never been, it's one of the most beautiful venues in our whole region, man. Great food, Cajun food, right on the river, bars right on the river, has sand pit, big dance floor, outdoors.
What kind of food?
Cajun.
Cajun.
Yeah. And barbecue. I mean, they do like crawfish etouffee and all. I mean,
So you're out on the Kentucky Derby.
Kentucky Derby's happening? Oh, Kentucky, yeah, I ain't gonna be.
Oh, not Kentucky Derby.
Kentucky Derby, yeah, I ain't
the
gonna
Duck
be there.
Derby. Yeah, because that's the same day.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be there. I got that show, and then later on that night, we got another event. We have the community pep rally. So, and those were before we changed our date, so I won't be there. But we still encouraging the families to come out. I know Sean Bing will probably be there. He helps corral all those ducks. They race down the lazy river.
Now, I'm not very familiar with the Duck Derby. I've not got to participate with it much.
Okay.
But do you know if there's a surcharge for families to get in?
Yeah, it's the regular fees for going into the park and stuff like
So
that.
still $15
yeah,
a person.
$15. Yeah, however it costs to get in the park, and still the park, but it's fun to see the duck race happen.
Yeah.
And stuff, and then people want to, purchase.
I didn't know if the park was just going to let people in that
in the
day.
past, we've had activities associated, so we would do it in Barberville, but it's become dangerous. We used to do it in the river.
Yeah.
Where we used to do it, but it got dangerous. The river, with so much rain, the river's too high. The Cumberland River, and so we haven't been able to have it there, and so it's just hard to get that venue when we're not.
Well, and you got to put that net up, and somebody would have to swim across the river
And
to.
literally, people were like floating away trying to do it, so it just.
Yeah.
So we just doing it at the Splash Park this year. It changes.
Well, they done it there last year
27 years
too,
we've been
didn't
doing
they?
it now. Huh?
They done it there last year too.
Yeah, that had to be last minute because once again the river was so high, it was too dangerous. So we just the Splash Park was really nice, letting us last minute getting it and so we can make sure we get the actual race done.
Yeah.
So this year's back over there, but yeah, it was free food and everything, and lots of games, and the radio station came out. It used to be a ton of fun, but it's changed a little bit, but the mission's the same. The mission is the same. We still, all the funds and these proceeds go back into these programs that directly helping. If you want to know that your money that you're donating is going directly to helping families in our community, then sponsoring a $5 duck, maybe $25 ducks would help people directly. So most of those prizes are all donated and they're included in that, something like that. So having the people, you can have an opportunity to win something, yes, but really you're having the opportunity to give, like you
help
guys
somebody.
did. Yeah, help somebody because a lot of the people we serve are in our county. They're people so
that's well, not only is that important, you had said something earlier about seeing people with frostbite hands and having to get around a propane tank to stay warm and stuff. You know, and I don't know that people realize how many people are that bad off in our area.
You every January we do what's called a K count, right? All throughout Kentucky, Southern Kentucky count. We count the homeless. We take one day and we just search high and low throughout our county, looking for the homeless, right? We in places like behind Ross, that shopping center over there, all throughout the town of Barberville. I mean, just all over. We're out searching for the people and meeting them where they're at. We give them supplies and stuff, but we're making a physical count.
Right.
And you'll see it, man. Just tent cities. We got tent cities here. People live in, you know, it look like the houses broke down. I got pictures. You can go to KCEOC and look on our Facebook page, and you'll see the pictures of what you would just think, oh, that's just a bunch of trash. Like, no, that's somebody's house. And they got kids living there. You know, 12, 13 people. So that thing, the lady with the frostbite, we were just driving, and they called out to her. She turned around, you know, and her hands were black. I thought, you know, tar, or maybe she was working on something and got her hands, you know, dirty. And they were like, oh, let me see your hands. And she showed her hands. They were all black. She was like, yeah, we living in this house. No heat. We had no heat. And my hands got like this. And so our case managers, you know, they got her information, blah, blah, blah. And through their work, they ended up getting her into a place. And it wasn't just her there. It was a bunch of people there. But they got her housing. And then she started coordinating things with other people who were in her housing that she was living at, make sure they were getting connected to resources, and then got them taken care of, man. And it was like, I was like, man, right here, downtown Barberville, like, this is what's going on right now.
Right in front of everybody.
Right in front of everybody. She was just walking the street with some jugs of water. I wouldn't have, you know, if I wasn't doing the K count, I wouldn't have paid any attention to her, really. But, you know, we got housing. I got students that I work with in my student program. My daughter got a little older, and her dresser was kind of a kid's dresser, so I was going to donate it to one of my students. So I take it over to this. It's like a warehouse. It was like a 2-story warehouse. She was like, "Oh yeah, I live here." I was like, windows busted out. They had it wasn't even curtains. It was like tarps up on the window. And I take it to the door, you know, and I just saw, it was like blankets on the ground. They had little kids, and my student was living there with her siblings. And I was like, and then if she shows up late to work or something like that, I get like, oh man, this kid won't show up on time. Or she always kind of has a little excuse. Like, yeah, she has an excuse.
It's legitimate.
Yeah, she has tarps on her window.
Right.
You know, and she's taking the little baby dresser that I'm giving her for her kid, you know what I mean? And I see her still around town and stuff. She's working. She got to start her family, and it's beautiful. But I think about where she came from. I'm so privileged. I would never understand her life.
Right. And we'll see. That's what I don't think people know. All that stuff's going on right in front of their face, because I believe there are a lot of good-hearted people that if they knew something was going on, that they'd want to get involved. And you know, it's good that you're shining a light on that. That way, you know, people can, you know, what he's talking about, you can directly help if you go to the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, it's kceoc.org.
And go to the Kentucky. I was talking about an event.
Oh, yeah.
Where you can actually
Kentucky
give cash to if you want to. You can directly help it. I mean, you could be a star in one of these stories that you tell. I mean, somebody out, and you don't have to be. You could be nameless.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to mention who done this. Now, do you have people that work specifically with families, or how does that work? So, like, if so, let's say now behind where Knights Inn is now is a lot of homeless people in Corbin.
Yeah.
So if I was to say to you, listen, I know a family out there. I don't know them very well, but I know that they're needing help. Does that start the wheels rolling to help that family?
100%. So once again, KCOC being innovators, we just won some awards for this actual program where we have a person. We have actually 2 of them. and they actually go, like, say you tell me that, we'll let them know. We can let them know, hey, Christy and Jackie, one of those two, we're like, hey, you know, we've learned about these people here and there. They'll go there. They'll try to get communications with them, find out what they need, where they're at, what's going on with them, what their desires are. Try to, get them, find them, get them out of that situation. B, if they need education, say they never got a GED or something, maybe they need to get their, a lot of times getting their, homeless people all the time get their ID stolen, get their, birth certificate stolen. You don't have an ID or birth certificate, man, you can't get anything.
You can't even get a homeless shelter in most
you
cases.
Can't get anywhere without an ID and birth certificate. And it's always getting stolen, always getting rained on. The city comes in, they throw all their stuff away because they left it in some building somewhere. Somebody cleaned it out, and they threw all their stuff away, and they have to start all over again every time. So having our case managers there in our homeless services who go and meet those people where they're at, make sure they get rides over to the DCBS, get on food stamps or whatever, get them connected with family members, get them some clothes,
Right.
help guiding them through this process of moving away from this. And then once they get the wheels rolling, we see it. They get, they pick up a job or two, and then it's all in the movement. And then we keep following up with them for at least a year. We follow up with them and check on them and make sure, hey, how things are going, and they get that encouragement. And next thing you know, it's like we see, 3 years ago, remember we helped that family, and now look at them, they doing this, they had another kid, and it's beautiful. But it takes that innovation, that willingness.
Yeah.
Because I can only, could you imagine you going behind Nights In, you don't know who's around the corner. Jackie only 4 foot nothing,
Right.
but she got all the ball. I mean, she got all the bravery, you know what I mean, in the world to say, I love our community so much. I love people so much that even as a small woman, I'm going to go back here and see if these people need help. And then we have all the processes and the monies and stuff, and we're very grateful to be able to serve them, to see these beautiful stories and see this transformation. I think it was like they housed 1,700 people.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think it was like this year, or maybe it was this year or last year. We put out an annual report every year that talks about that. So, but if I'm not mistaken, like 1,700 people last year they were housed. That's amazing.
I've been involved in a lot of charity stuff and helping a lot of folks out. And, the most, not the most recent, because the one we did this weekend was the most recent. But Jericho and Bobby Joe had put on a Thanksgiving thing. And where they gave away turkeys to families.
Not just turkeys, whole meals,
Yeah.
entire dinners.
And it was a sight.
Yeah.
Everybody was super happy to get it, and I believe that everyone we gave them to needed it. They invited me to come along, and I was happy. We talked about God most of the time that we were out, and just giving. But there were some cases while we were out that was just kind of jaw dropping. Some places that we'd went, some houses that you wouldn't even think anybody lived in. Situations that you didn't think people would live in, and I can remember how rewarding I felt when it was over. It felt rewarding to me. I felt very humbled by it all. And man, I just can't imagine how great it would feel to do what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, rewarding wise.
Yeah.
And see, but that was a little different spectrum, though. Like, we only gave 6? I think
6.
I think 6. We gave 6 dinners away, and when I say dinners, I'm talking the full spread.
Yes, sir.
I'm from the stuffing all the way to the turkey. I mean, we thought
To
of
the
everything.
dessert.
Yeah, even desserts. But I tried vetting them, and I know it sounds bad, but we post.
Say what Bobby Joe said the most clever thing in the truck, because we were talking about this. You remember what he said?
No.
You got to weed through the greedy to get to the needy. He said that because there was so many people that really didn't need.
I got blew up with the messages, because we posted on Facebook at the time. That was the only platform I was, trying to take advantage of.
Yeah.
And so we posted on Facebook, and what I was wanting was for people that knew people. I was wanting, because I was trying to make it a surprise, the best I could to these families. So I was wanting families to reach out to me that knew a family that really needed it.
And then us just show up at their house on
Yeah,
the
and
day
then-
before Thanksgiving.
So I was wanting, Sally to give me Susan's information, like her address, everything, so I can just show up to Susan's house and be like, "Here's you a dinner."
Yeah.
But yeah, all the greedy and everything come out first. So I just have to weed through all that to find these people. And I dug and dug for days.
Yeah.
And I really vetted them and stuff. And I know it sounds horrible, but I really just didn't want to give it to a family that was capable.
Yeah.
I wanted families, and it turned out great. Like you said, every house we went to ended up, families that really needed it.
Gotcha. Good.
And man,
Yeah.
we've seen some stuff.
That happens with us at KCEOC. There's so much paperwork involved. And, you feel like, man, why is so much paperwork? It's holding up time. But it's like, you kind of got to vet to make sure that, we're using tax dollars or using donated money from people. They don't want to have their money just given somebody who's funny, who's slick with the paperwork or has some sob story.
right.
So it's like, yeah, we need your bank statement. And they're like, my bank statement for what? Like, I need to see if you got thousands of dollars in the bank, but you just living poor because you being not being cheap, being frugal.
Right.
That doesn't qualify you for benefits.
Right.
So I need to see a bank statement. I need to get a reference from somebody who knows that the situation you're dealing with.
But Bobby Joe had said that, and I was like, yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah.
Because there was so many people that reach out, and it's like, well, I really need this and that, and then you'd find, and listen, I realize people with new cars struggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I realize people in big houses struggle.
Yes.
Just because you have a nice car and a big house doesn't mean you're not struggling paying for them.
Mm-hmm.
However, that's a second class problem.
Yeah.
That's not a low class problem or lower class problem.
Yeah.
You can change the way you're living and take care of that. There are folks that are already on the bottom
Yeah.
that need help. That's not living above their means. That is their means right there.
Yeah. What about the situation mentally? Because sometimes I'm dealing with a lot of people, especially young people, that didn't grow up with a lot of guidance, so they get foolish, right? And then we label them a fool, and then don't feel like they're worthy of help because they don't know how to manage their money. They're like, well, how stupid can you be? Here's your bills. Here's your money. You pay those first, and then if you want to go buy cigarettes later.
That sounds just like Jericho advice.
Because it makes sense, and he's a sensible guy.
No, he's that guy.
Yeah. But a lot of times, though, they still, I'm a big guy, right? It makes sense. If I worked out every day and ate, stop messing around with McDonald's, I'm so glad they burned down McDonald's in Barberville. Right? I shouldn't have this body, especially with them knowledge. But, I'm going to keep eating real good baked goods and sugar booger bakery.
You fixing to leave with some.
Yeah. There's a lot of sodium in this, but it's tasty.
Right.
But you know what I mean? So it's like,
too.
no carbs. A little bit of carbs.
Forgot about that protein.
But okay, not putting myself in it. How do we, knowing that like they need that help, they foolish, and they're gonna make these mistakes, and that mistakes cost us. Mm-hmm. Them making them mistakes and messing up stuff is gonna cost us. But it's like we need to help them in their foolishness. How do we balance that out? What do we do to to not just keep judging them and just go ahead and help them.
See that?
Yeah. No, you're right.
Jonah Rice wants to pass out some Thanksgiving meals this year. He wants to shoot for 20 families.
Yeah, Jonah, that's what I'm talking about. Right on, man.
But Jonah's an awesome dude. Awesome dude.
Now,
Just to answer your question or get to it with, I see that problem, and I struggle with it because, like you said, there's a sensibility side of it where you want to be like, hey, listen, man, you're doing this all wrong.
Yeah.
And then that same breath, you're like, but I want to help you. And then you see that the help that we're all giving, or that I've give, or whatever, is wasted. Because a lot of times that's what happens. It's happened to me a lot. Where you're like, you know what? Let me give this guy a break. Let me try to give this guy a break. And then you kind of invest in the break, and you kind of watch it, and then it just gets washed away. It's like, man, you can't feel good about it, and you walk away jaded because of it. You know?
Yeah.
Can't feel good about it because he didn't become successful. And you walk away, you're like, man, is that on me? Is that on him? Did I not play the part I needed to?
Yeah.
Was I not what he needed me to be, or they needed me to be? Or were they not where they needed to be to accept what they were given and run with it? You know?
Yeah.
It's wild. That's kind of deep right here at the end, but
Yeah. That's what we need. That's the kind of things we got to wrestle with.
conversations we ought to have, though.
That really is. People get scared. They get scared. Let's talk Black Lives Matter. People get scared to talk about it. They get scared to talk about me. I mean, I'm one of 8 black people in this whole.
I ain't scared to talk
Probably the
about
whole
it.
Tri-County area.
Yeah, but it's like we gotta have these conversations.
As long as your feelings don't get hurt, we'll talk about it.
No, I told you already. I ain't afraid of nothing.
That's right.
I ain't afraid of anything, and that's including being wrong and being ignorant. I'm not afraid of that either. I know what I know.
The whole thing with the Black Lives Matter, since you brought it up.
shit.
Sure,
Since
yes.
you brought it
no,
up.
no.
To
Hey,
me,
no sugarcoating. That's what I'm here for, baby.
the whole thing with it is that was our ancestors. That wasn't us. That wasn't you. That wasn't me. You know, like everything that everybody goes on about was our ancestors.
How far back is ancestors? Is the 1950s ancestors? Is the 1990s ancestors? Was 2008
No, probably not.
ancestors?
Well, what happened in 1990?
Rodney King happened in 1990.
But that was the anecdotal, right? That's one. I'm talking about the system.
Well,
How when people come from other countries, they look at black people. How do they perceive black people when they come from other countries? What's the general? What's the stereotype for black people?
well, I tell you what, mine is like you talking about like somebody from Nigeria or something.
No. I'm saying you're a foreigner. You come from whatever country, Sweden. You coming from China, wherever you were coming from. You come here. How does America see black people? Right? How do what do we see in the media? What do we see them as? Anywhere. And we all have our and not putting you in my spot because we all have the idea. We watch it in comedies. We make those jokes on the side. All of us, not just people we label as racist.
Trying to see how calculated Jericho.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of threw me.
We all do.
You kind of threw me like saying you coming from China and stuff. So I was about to put my chink eyes on. And,
But is in that stereotype carries it carries into everything. It carries to every part of life. The best part about the Black Lives Matter movement is that people really got to hear Black Lives Matter. I know it was inconvenient and it seemed foolish, and the organization messed around with money. That was a whole nother thing. The whole thing was black people were saying
That's what made it illegitimate.
sure.
When you say Black Lives Matter and you're a representative of that group,
Yeah.
and then you squander the money
Yeah.
that you could be using to make Black Lives Matter, it makes it illegitimate. It takes it away.
Yeah.
But big shout out to Corbin.
means-
My kids were the only 2 black kids at Corbin Elementary. At Corbin Elementary when they were in elementary school. Some kid said that my son was he was born out of his mother's butt. That's why he's brown, which is funny. But you know, it was childish.
Yeah.
Corbin Elementary School said, "Skirt, stopping it." They brought in parents. They started all it. They wanted to make sure that we nipped it in the bud.
Good.
10 years before that, that would not have been the case.
No, it wouldn't have.
It wouldn't have been the case. Not
The
at all.
reputation 10
Yeah.
years ago certainly would not.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been the case.
Well, the
But-
thing with it all, though, is you're saying black people. You're saying white people.
Yeah,
We're all people.
sure.
Now, my thing with it is you are very, sensible man.
Yeah.
Very appropriate stuff. We all get along.
Yeah.
We're all casual.
Yes.
Then you got some that want to come up here and, act the part.
Yes.
If you're going to act the part, I'm going to treat you as the part.
Where'd that part come from?
What is that?
I don't
part?
know.
Okay, so now we get into the meat of it. Okay, I grew up in the city. I grew up in cities. I know those parts we were talking about, right? I know I was fortunate my parents didn't want us to be in the hood. So even though my parents grew up in rougher areas, they moved us out of those circumstances. In my neighborhood, all my classmates, their parents together, worked, middle class, we all had houses, blah, blah, blah. But you go to some of my family members who lived in the rough areas where people were fighting and stuff. Where did that come from? It came from a system that pushed them into that. They said, all right, you guys got houses. You guys want to start businesses. We ain't having it. You're a second-class citizen. We ain't having it. We taking it from you, those opportunities from you. We're keeping you from the opportunities. So then people start acting up. That's what hip-hop became that. That's why hip-hop is that aggression. Because people just gave up. They were like, I'm going to fight it. And they're going to talk a certain way. They're going to act a certain way. They're going to be gangsters. They saw Al Capone. What did the Rifleman do? When the Rifleman, we all know that old school show, the Rifleman. When a problem was happening in town, they called the sheriff, the Rifleman. He get in and he went and shot somebody. First thing he did on the beginning of the show, he just went into the place, kicked the door, the saloon doors, shoot 2 people. What happened? First thing. So so I'm a gangster kid. I'm a kid in the hood, and somebody's bothering me. How did Rambo handle the situation? How did whoever whatever hero? He went in, he shot first, asked questions later. Dirty Harry, blah, blah, blah. When you ain't living here in Barberville, you ain't got to really deal with that like that. You got your mama and everybody insulated. You protected. You in the city, you exposed. All the time somebody's threatening you. So you always trying to fight. So,
But that's when you need to have the common sense.
but you don't work like that.
Yeah, but you might not have the income.
It's like people on those drugs.
No,
Like,
it has nothing to do with the income. You're saying you always have your guard up. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with always having your guard up. But if I was to approach you
Yeah.
calm, collectly, and just like, hey, what's up, man, or something like that, trying to just
yeah.
befriend you, I guess would be a good thing to say. Have the common sense to see that and to, calm
But
down.
you're a mark, though. You're my opportunity. You're my meal ticket. I see you coming to my neighborhood, being very kindly and nicely and saying yuns. I'm going to take your money so that way I can have a couple extra dollars in my pocket.
I'm going to rip my shirt off and I'm going to show you what I'm.
Oh. I mean, and you come East Kentucky, you got a gun. But if you live in New York where they ain't got no guns, except for me, who got the gun, I'm going to take your money. And we're going to keep reciprocating that. And the police said, all right, we're going to deal with that. We're going to beat you until you stop doing that, right? Now what we've come to, they was like, hold on. Maybe we should beat people so much. Maybe we should start having programs for these kids. Maybe we should start providing food and things. Stop splitting up families. Stop throwing people in jail. These programs. And guess what? The crime in the country has dropped dramatically. We don't know that because of the media, but we do know that because of statistics that the crime is from the 90s now is 30-40% less. It's the safest the country's been in decades, but that's because of all the programs. And then also like all us being dads, like the way we are. We were talking about how we were kind of soft. Like,
Yeah.
you know, dads back in the day, they were like, they getting fight with their mom, they just out. And you start a new family down the road.
Dads back then, they whooped their kids just for fun.
Just because they were frustrated. And we know like not to be that way. So the culture, community is getting better and better. We needed Black Lives Matter, the movement, not the organization, the movement, to remind people like these black people getting beat for no reason. My brother, you ask my brother's real dark skinned. They used to stop him for no reason. Me and my dad, we stop us for no reason, just because it's like, what y'all two doing over there?
Yeah.
You know, I came here, nobody bothered me. It's beautiful. Like I said, I'm a unicorn around here. I love it. But if I was in the city, it'd be a whole different story. You know, so that's why Black Lives Matter. That's why, like when Kaepernick kneeled during the national anthem, I could not understand why everybody was so frustrated. He literally asked an army person, "What's the best way for me to protest but not disrespect the soldiers?" He's like, "Oh, won't you kneel?" He was like, "All right," and everybody's like, "Why would you kneel doing the thing?"
It was probably the pig socks he had on that pissed off a lot of people.
It could have been that. It could have been, and then, you know, and then just somebody saw it, and then they ran with the you being disrespectful, and then everybody else picked up the being disrespectful. But when the whole message was, but that's why you need me to share the message, to bring us
Right.
perspective. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that it is a healthy conversation.
Yeah, I think it
That needs to be had. I think more people need to have it. I think.
Well, there's a lot of people like me that's just ignorant about this every bit of it.
Well, see, I think there's a lot of we do it this way because it's always been done this way
Yeah.
mentality. I have family members who are all on disability
Yeah.
because it's always been that way.
Yeah.
I have a aunt who's disabled or gets her son on disability because their son on disability and this and that, and they just do this, and this is the system that they're in.
Yeah.
And I think and you know, I'm just speaking on my side of the story, you know, but I think that we don't get outside of that comfort enough, where it's like you want everybody to have one of those heroes' tales where they grew up with nothing and then they went out in the world and done something great and then come home and make a difference. However, a lot of those stories end where they go out in the world and do something great. A lot of them don't come home and make a difference.
Well, it ain't necessarily more around here. It ain't necessarily going out and doing something great. It's how you started your thing. You know, this person's on disability, and then they get their kids on disability, and their kids on disability. It's somebody in that chain decides to break it.
That was the hero's part of the story I was telling.
Yeah. Well, I'm just simplifying it.
And,
You know,
and who's that somebody? I love. So we have a youth homeless center, KCOC, Ryan's Place, right? We got Ellen. I can't remember Ellen's last name. You don't know Ellen's last name, do you?
no.
I forget her last name. That's my bad. I should know her last name. But a person like her who sees those patterns, hey, we got to go find you a job. They waking up at 2:00 in the afternoon,
Right.
and instead of, well, how come I told you I'm not gonna help you no more? Nope. 15 days in a row. All right, you ready to go get that job now? And you know, oh, okay, man. She keep bugging me about the job. Oh, look, Miss Ellen, I got my first paycheck. You know, maybe not broken all the way, but you know, that's like one of the things that breaks that. Having those people like that who has the patience. You know, I think me and you have a lot of sensibility. Like if I try to help that kid a couple times and he ain't show up to the job, then he's just out. I'll be like, well, whatever. I told him
He ain't ready for this.
I said, we're gonna be here at 7:00. We ready to go. If you ain't here, and it might work for some kids, you know, but that's how I know how we would handle it. But Ellen, she would allow that kid. She would keep going by his house every day. I'm here to pick you up for work. Didn't show up today. Next day she'll be there. And, you know, and those kids who have that habitual problems. I mean, that's the kind of people they need. That's what I wish the government would establish a grandparent program where they would hire grandparents.
Well, they don't have to. Most of the kids in this area are raised by their
Oh,
grandparents.
yes, amen. Amen.
Yes, they are.
Amen. Or like a professional parent program, and you can be in it till you 28.
No, there's a lot.
You know, and we
there's
still
a lot of
like
kids raising their parents now.
we knocking on your door. We knocking on your door at 23 years old. You get up yet? Go wash.
Yeah. You have breakfast?
Yep, you get your breakfast. I'm making eggs. We eating, about to eat. Let's go.
Get a shower. Get this done.
Yep. And you're like a 28-year-old? Yeah. Yeah, 28-year-old, you know? And we had these professional parents who give you a little bit of space to live, but they dare, when you mess up, you got to call somebody to give you a ride back to the house. And then they can scold you, but give you some direction, you know? Because
Call those folks the police.
oh yeah. Well, if the police acted that way, yeah, they would be more like me and Jericho, where we just knock him upside down. Like, look,
This is the third time I've been here.
I watched
coming back.
I watched those videos where they're like trying to pull somebody over, and then they're just like, roll down your window. I'm gonna break your window. They're like, no, get your supervisor. And they're like, bang, break that window. I'm like, well, it is their First Amendment right, but they did tell you to get out the car. So
That stuff's crazy.
I don't.
Well, I think
I hate that we got this part of the conversation at this part of the show. I wish that we could have started right here, because
Well, you
we
know
would
how-
be a lot further. Well, I mean, it's like anybody says, the first hour of the show is kind of the fluff part. It takes you like an hour to pull away the skin to get to the meat of things,
Yeah.
it does.
Them 3-hour Rogan shows, man. That was
Dude, I love watching Rogan.
yeah.
And I love this conversation right here, because this is these are the conversations I wish we had more often. Meaningful, your side, or your the way you see things, the way I see things, and where bridges can be built or ideas can be had. I wish we'd got in this sooner.
Yeah.
That's my regret from this show. Before it ends, that's my regret that we didn't start there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we
But-
can always have it again, though.
That's
I love the guy. I love
what
the
I was getting at. But being the co-host of this show, I can bring you back
Yeah. I love it. I appreciate
whenever
you
you're
guys.
available.
And I'll say one last thing. I'm not saying I'm right about any of these things. These are just my experiences and my thoughts and how I feel in my heart.
Yeah.
But I know. I hope I know that I don't have the solutions to none of this stuff. I just want to try. You know what I mean? So I hope I didn't come off as arrogant or know it all.
No. I think this is a very respectful conversation. I enjoyed every bit of it, and I think that if I'm just being completely honest, I think I avoided it somewhat at the beginning.
Yeah. I can tell that a little bit. But like you said earlier, what's changed everything, and I said these right here has. When we go through it, we make our edits and stuff. Maybe somebody will hear what we've said.
I guarantee you there's going to be somebody that is going to hit a TikTok video right in the 2 hours, and somebody's going to say, that fat, white, racist prick.
But
Because the way these things cut
Yeah.
is you don't hear the full. It's hard to hear the full message in a minute clip.
Yeah.
And wildly enough, the computer picks the most wild clips to say,
Yeah.
oh, this is controversial. Let's cut it right here.
Right.
And Jericho's like, love it.
I do, because the more controversy you can get in these videos, the more people eat it up.
I just wish people would watch the entirety of things.
Well, but I've also, I'm starting to experiment on like 2 and 3 minute videos.
Okay.
So that way people can start hearing,
Some more to context.
more of the context. But man, them really controversy ones, people eat them up.
Got you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we-
that's what I watch.
We may get called some names every now and then, this and that, but bad publicity is as good as good publicity.
What are you doing? Not this. You want to come back? Not this Monday, but the following Monday.
The end of the month.
That would not be the end of the month.
No,
We're only
the
at the-
18th.
Because we have Miss Martinez coming back Monday.
Oh, good.
The show, the Nimbrocks Friday, so I'd imagine that you're probably pretty busy. Plus, you do the DJs, and so I don't think you're good for Friday shows, but you might be good for some Monday ones.
Yeah, Monday shows are definitely because Fridays are real. I'm usually booked. Don't know. Maybe like the 18th.
Yeah, let's do that.
The,
Thing.
the 18th.
Can we pick the show back up on the 18th?
Definitely.
Go with that.
Definitely. And you know what? We'll start it hard. We'll
Okay.
we'll go right back into Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. Let's go. Liberals versus conservatives. With communism, we'll just get right to communism. No.
My son has been on communism for some reason,
Yeah.
and he doesn't understand what it really is.
Yeah. I don't think most people do.
But man, he talks about it
Yeah.
like
But that's beautiful that he's at least getting into it.
oh, he's getting into it.
Does he get into
I don't. He's getting into something he doesn't understand, but
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll
but like always,
Keith, thank you for being
Yes.
on the
thank
show.
you so much. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you being on the show, guys. If you need a DJ, if you need a live band, even if you're just needing to find the right sound for whatever event you're throwing, if Keith can't do it himself, he has connections to find the right sound that you need. Reach out to him on Facebook. His Instagram is probably on his Facebook.
Yep.
That's green with an E at the end. So again, thank you, Keith, for being on the show. Everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for your questions. Just thanks for being on here. Have a great night.
and we're always looking for sponsors. So if you want to jump on the bandwagon, be a sponsor with us,